Yeah. Translation is Mr. Young.
Yeet! And it's Florida in the building. What's up, brother? How are you?
As you can tell, I have a new I have a new thing. Hang on. I have the stream playing in the background, so I have a new thing that I am fixated on right now. My brother, the Tongas are a source of great humor and great levity to me. I love the bloodline right now. But that aside, I hope you're doing all right. We've been, taking a bit of a break. It's weird, right? Like 2 weeks seems like forever in the wrestling world.
It's weird. Like when there's no stream, the weeks pass by damn slow. But every week there's a stream, I feel like next thing you know it's the next week already, bro.
Bro, is it you miss me, bro?
Of course I miss you. Come on, bro. How can I not miss Mr. Young and your rants and
yeah. Okay, can we just get that out of the way?
For sure.
What is going on with the Tongas? You have one fella who is Botch King, and then you have another fella. The first time he literally... is this the first time he's been on the mic?
I'm pretty sure he has had some backstage segments or talk somehow.
But like literally the first time okay, bro, here's the mic, go out there and make an impression, right? He walks out and makes some random ass noises like, what is going on? Well, he got my attention, that's for damn sure.
Bro, someone called him a gremlin, bro. Tama Tonga, the gremlin.
Some troll. And you can see Kevin Owens like, WTF written on his forehead.
Yeah, shit, you know what's the funniest part? And people keep talking about, the Bloodline 2.0 is way scarier, more menacing without Solo. I agree, I kind of think so too.
Because they are mad, because they are crazy.
I don't know, yeah.
The funny thing is, I'm sure you've read the articles about how like Zila, Fatu, Hikaloa, all are rumored to be entering NXT, heading into Performance Center, that kind of thing, right? So... I wonder if this is the plan. And hear me out. I know we're jumping into it early, but can you imagine instead of the thing with the bloodline, the OG bloodline, was that you had one very aura 10,000 guy and his lackeys, right? Do you think that their goal for the new bloodline is to have slightly less aura people, but they're just surrounded by so many people? Like a full-on gang, you know what I mean?
I'm a guy that doesn't believe in quantity over quality. I mean,
hey, bro, are you saying it's not quality? Are you saying that
bro,
it's not quality?
Bro, don't get me wrong. Everyone is meme worthy. You know what I mean? But I don't want them to disappear into the background. I want them to really have very fleshed out. I guess as fleshed out as possible their characters, right?
Well, you see, that's my point. I feel like maybe they are trying to transition the Tongans into this comedy tag team.
Oh my god, no, bro, no.
With that promo and Tama Tonga just randomly doing weird shit, I feel like that is the idea. They're like, okay, actually, this is quite meme-worthy. Y'all do your meme shit. We'll bring in Zila, we'll bring in Hikaloa. They can be like the scary-looking ones.
Yeah, and Hikaleo or Hikaloa?
Hikaloa, Leo, Hikalaki, I don't know lah.
So him and Zila is clearly the Gen Zs of the bloodline, right?
Then you can have some young punks. Then you obviously have the Destroyer in Jacob Fatu.
So it's clearly the new Avengers, the younger generation. So I don't mind them trying to hit all the target demographics. What's missing, bro? I think they need a girl just to kind of switch things up. I think you know what I mean. Like a bloodline approved lady that can fight Rhea Ripley or be the centerpiece,
bro.
Not Nia Jax.
I was about to say
no. I know you're gonna say no.
Is it a girl that's not like most girls? Well, bro, Scully, Ava from NXT, the chosen ones. Hey, the final boss's daughter. Okay, don't play. I will say this. Ava has gotten better.
Okay.
It's like low bar, but I've seen the progression. But that's the
God
point.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's the point of NXT though, right? It's for them to level up, pun not intended.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, great. Get her on NXT, get her season. And when she's ready, and I don't know, is her career just going to be as a manager? You know what I mean? We haven't seen her in the ring.
Yeah, so that's the weird thing, right? Like she was initially brought in as a wrestler, no? And then suddenly she just transitioned straight into this manager role. Maybe it really isn't her thing.
Yeah, maybe. I'll be remiss to not actually give a shout out to our chat. There's
Yo,
people
chat!
on
Yes.
the chat. Let's say hi to them. It's been a
Bro,
while. We miss you
Bro,
guys.
I already gave a shout out to the chat. Didn't you hear me just now? Yeah. Translation, Alfred, what's up? Diff Royalty, good to see you. Lincoln, Tovakin, let's go!
Yo, our day ones put the fingers up in the skies,
Bro, we
Or
don't do
also-
that. We don't do fingers,
yeah.
bro. We do
go-
full.
we
Hey,
go
that
the
sounded
chop.
very weird. No, we don't do finger. We do 5 fingers.
Speaking of fingers, your boy is off the finger, bro.
Bro,
I'm doing-
okay. Yes, we need to pivot a little bit, right? From the
Yeah.
hilarious to. Do you believe in sympathy pains?
No,
Like, okay, like you know when your girlfriend gets sick, then you also feel sick.
Okay.
Because I swear, right? I saw your social media. How's your finger, by the way?
It's good. It's not broken, so that's good news.
What happened? What happened? Explain it.
Okay. So contrary to a lot of what people have been DMing me, it was not an incident from the bed. You guys don't naughty, guys. You all are too much, you all. No. It's the dumbest thing ever, bro. So this was a football injury.
Okay.
So what happened was I was playing futsal. It was raining, and the futsal pitch is on top of like a office building. It's those like rooftop pitches,
Wow.
right? So
Right.
So like after the game, or I can't remember in between the game, I had to step out from the futsal pitch to kind of look for some building manager or some nonsense. Basically, I had to go back inside the office area, right?
Yeah.
And my boots are really slippery from the pitch. And the moment I step inside the office tiles,
Oh, and
flying.
you landed on your finger.
I stuck out my hand.
Oh,
Which
shit.
is the worst thing to do to kind of break my fall. I should have taken a back bump, bro.
I was about to say you should have taken a flat back, but all your wrestling training all fly out of your head already, bro.
Bro, it fly out the moment I flew out as well. So I was like, fuck. Okay, so that was one thing, right? So
Shit.
it was okay. It was starting to be painful, but it was adrenaline. So I really believe in adrenaline. Now I understand why the wrestlers can take so much punishment.
For sure.
Because I was like, yeah, okay, it's a bit numb, throbbing, but I continued and finished the game. And I went home. I stayed the next day. I actually went on a shoot, so I was filming, right? And like when I was filming, right, this thing became like a sausage, bro. It became like a proper ass sausage. Yeah.
My God, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna tahan one day, see whether it will go down. Maybe it's just swelling.
Yeah.
Bro, the next day it ballooned to the size of like 2 fingers, bro.
Oh my God. Oh
And then
no.
I could literally see the bone jutting out like this way. So I was like, okay, I think I need to go, go to the A&E, go see it, get an X-ray and all that shit. So, luckily, no broken bones. It was a ligament tear. Apparently, there's a ligament tear on your finger, and it caused a small chip in my bone. So when I look at the X-ray, there's one dot there.
So, okay, yeah.
So it was like a floating, I don't know, like a small bone chip, like, essentially.
Right.
Yeah, which caused the huge swelling around that finger area.
Right.
Yeah. So I had that. So they gave me a splint, like a personalized splint to wear all the way.
But you're not wearing it now, so I assume that it's better already.
Yeah, I tried to gym yesterday.
Oh, okay. And
so basically, right, I can carry weights, but I can't so my ring finger is the one that's affected. I can't bend my ring finger. This is the extent it can bend.
Right.
So like when I'm doing any grip or overhead grip, like I have to like stick out my ring finger. It's a bit awkward. It's like that.
Bro, you're just being fancy, bro.
When
you live like,
bro, I've been literally drinking like this, bro. I drinking my tea tarik like that, bro. Oh my God.
Bro, hey. Should we start calling you Monsieur Foreign instead? Senior Foreign in the building.
If you've been watching Emily in Paris, Marcello.
Marcel. Okay, very, bro. Your girlfriend has been watching Emily in Paris, and you kind of roped in.
Yeah, I cannot drag in.
There you go. Okay.
Yes.
No,
let's be honest, bro.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because I watched the first season of Emily in Paris, and there is zero chance while I'm scrolling through Netflix did I ever think to myself, oh yeah, hey, this is an interesting. No, it was the wife. She was like, hey, you watch with me? I'm like, okay.
No, it's not. But you know what's the best part? Because
What's that?
because it's Paris, and then like apparently he got together with a guy who's from Rome, right?
Yes, I know. Unfortunately,
Oh my god, you're following the story as well.
I don't know. I find this show very irritating because
It is.
okay. This is my own personal subjective point of view. I don't like Paris. I feel like it's way overrated as far as European countries and European cities are concerned. I've heard that other parts of France are actually much nicer. I just personally do not like Paris. It smells like sewer.
It
For God's
smells
sake.
bad, right?
The second I walk out of the train station, I took a train from London to Paris. I took a train from London to Paris. Second I got out, wow, I'm like expecting to feel the romance. You know what I mean? You have this image in your head, right? And then the first thing I come out, why does it smell like shit? And then there are open sewers.
Oh dear God. To be fair, I heard because of Paris Olympics, they cleaned up their act finally.
Apparently, there were a lot of stories of like really jialat things, the crime and just stuff just not. But anyway, that's a completely different topic altogether.
Yeah. I love how we had this segue on Emily in Paris on a wrestling stream,
Bro,
but
because that leads directly into what I want to bring up next, which is what Tovakin mentioned as well. Because I be watching MasterChef, because I be watching Emily in Paris and all that Love Paradise nonsense shit. My wife is gonna watch Mr. McMahon with me on Netflix.
Okay,
that's
let's
marriage,
go.
you guys. Give and take.
W, spam the W's.
Spam the W's in chat, yo. Hey, bro, you think we what? Speed,
No,
Can we sidetrack a bit?
Yeah, let's sidetrack a bit. But you know what's the funniest thing?
What?
I see all the memes and the puns on because like TLDR Speed came to Singapore, tried to do a stream but kena cut off at USS, right?
Yeah.
And I was just curious because when I was watching Speed's Indonesian stream, I was actually in Indonesia because I was on a little getaway.
You fan of IShowSpeed now?
No,
Suddenly.
I'm not. I'm not. But I saw the stream where he tried to go to the haunted house in Indonesia and he got chased by the potent. I thought it was hilarious.
See, that's the thing. Like, I find it very interesting. Like, we stream, we come on the podcast, we talk about wrestling, right? But to me, that is sort of the max I will want to put myself out there. I cannot imagine walking around town with a camera with people like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Like, to me, like, and I don't mean this as a negative. I'm not talking bad about them. But to me, that is a level of thick skin I cannot cross. You know what I mean? I don't know if you feel the same way, but like...
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to be known as like a wrestling guy on Instagram, YouTube, So like that's the extent that I want to put, like you said, myself out there, right? Because it's talking about something I love, so that's fine. But like the thing about Speed that I realize it's why he resonates, right? It's because he's 19 years old. Do you know that?
Yeah, he's a kid. Oh, actually,
He's a
he?
kid.
I thought he was 20 already, but I know he's very young. 19
He's born 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. So he got famous as like a 16-year-old streaming, blah, blah, blah. And now he's like a super, mega star, I guess, well known at 19, right? So he caters to all these Gen Alphas, people who have so used to having the phone stuck up, they want to be famous. So it resonates with that audience, right? And I think he got ADHD, bro.
Well, okay, here's the thing, right? And to your point as well, we are definitely not the target audience because whenever I watch his stream, even when I see his clips, he's just ranting the same old thing. And this bugs me. Singapore! Well, what the fuck is a Singapore?
No, so that was the joke I was trying to get to.
Singapore!
The bro went to USS, kena cut out, right? So I had the stream on, and then I saw a bunch of people from other countries were like, Singapore sucks, blah, 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 no Wi-Fi, but they don't understand like what was happening. But the funniest pun I saw from the stream was Singapore equals signal poor.
Yes, I saw that. Signal poor. Well, I mean, God. If anything, these kids that live in the comment section are very witty, right? But it's a very weird... Okay, first of all, I love the clip of him like coming out of the car. All right, I don't even know what language they speak here. I'm like, I have never traveled and not researched. But I think that's part of the draw, that he comes into every situation like almost like with fresh eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could never go to Korea, for example, and not research the train stations, the points of interest, like the language. I'm not going to go to a country and go, what y'all speak, ah? What y'all speak, ah? And you start walking around being like that, you know? Like,
Yeah. He'll just learn one word in Indonesia, which is santai, which is like calm down, you know, so just to stop people from going to him. And then when he went to Cambodia, he said the same word, santai.
No, and every country, people will try to make him say bad words.
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
I think it was in Singapore, in Malaysia. I can't remember where, but some kids like, hey, say hello to my friend. What's his name? Lan Chiao. They said Lan Chiao. Like, walao, like it's so. I can see myself getting a kick out of that if I were a kid. So I get it. I absolutely get it. As an adult, I'm like, roll eye, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's clearly trolling the troller. But I feel as wrestling fans, our first introduction to him was WrestleMania, right? Logan Paul.
Yeah, getting RKO'd by Randy Orton, his thing.
So we know for a fact he's in the Logan Paul sphere. There were those influences, those sidemen, KSI,
Bro,
right?
Did you see that, talking about Logan Paul and KSI and Mr. Beast, they all collaborating to sell Lunchly?
Lunchables.
Lunchables is the existing brand. So their brand is called Lunchly. So they're competing against Lunchables. Basically, these packs for lazy parents who don't make lunch for their kids, you just eat like pre-processed foods.
I heard they stick a prime bottle in there, and they also have the Feastables from Mr. Beast, right? Combined.
Yeah. So it's like a collab lah.
A collab on food, and they're targeting the kids, man.
They know their audience are all kids, what?
Bro, their marketing though. I mean, there's something to be learned from them. Because I mean, I am a marketing professional. You're working in media, so we don't get it. But sometimes we like, oh shit, this kind of content like goes viral easily for them. So,
I think it's not a fact of we don't get it. It's we do get it. We see why it works. It's just I think it's getting over the I can't do that. Or is that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not willing to do that kind of thing, right?
I'm not willing to go that route, sort of a thing. Yeah. So anyway,
are you saying that we want to stick to our principles, Mr. Yao?
That's right. Stick to our principles to put out high quality content and informative ideas. Sure.
You can't even say it, but straight face.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
Great content, bro. This is great content. Okay.
Let's pivot.
Right. Hello, Rishi. Sup, Rishi.
Good to see you.
I hope you join with some context, because if you just join, the first thing you hear is Mr. Young. Yeah.
These two people are drunk already. 2 weeks never do the podcast. Come back like gila already. Look, let's to put a bow on this past weekend. It was F1 weekend. Speed. It's weird, right? To me, this whole thing, because he came in without preparation. Apparently, they contacted Jian Hao, local YouTuber, at the last minute to try to prepare stuff. It's like USS and F1 are the two worst places to go if you want to stream. They will not let you film on the ride. They will not let you stream at the F1. That's what even I know. I think most people know this.
Exactly, yeah.
So the fact that was part of the itinerary was the L. Like, they could have easily gone to North Point or to some hawker center. Yishun, whatever, to do their streaming at Woodlands, whatever. That was absolutely a thing they could have done, right? But also at the same time, they should have just applied for permit, go to Hong Lim. Hey, is it?
Dear God.
just get a big gathering there, what?
To be honest, I don't think Speed can do a good series or stream in Singapore. There's everywhere you can't stream, right?
Yeah. Well, love it or hate it, that's why we are so safe. I mean, these crazy-ass crowds can happen in Thailand, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, because, I mean, most of the time they're boating who one, or no authorities, even the authorities are, hey, let's goof off, But love it or hate it, like people might say that, Singapore's so boring, so vanilla, so restrictive, right? But I enjoy the safety, so I'm actually very okay with that. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, if we lose one IShowSpeed, but we get so many other great things and safe things, then why not? I want if the WWE wrestlers come to Singapore, they can walk around like freaking Orchard, without getting hordes of fans, because we are all respectful of these people, right?
Yes, absolutely. So there you go. That's the whole speech. See, we are not just wrestling centric. We are also pop culture centric. And I mean, speed, like we talked about, has that link with pro wrestling as well, lah.
Yeah, there's always gonna be. There's everything leads back to wrestling, bro. Come on,
That's
come on.
the beautiful thing. All right, let's pivot back to Netflix. Let's talk about Vince McMahon. Did you see the statement that Vince McMahon put out?
Holy shit! Yes, I did. This morning, in fact, right?
Yes. So the fact that Vince McMahon put out a statement means this. Okay, I just had a thought. What if he's working us now? By putting out the statement, he is now driving people to watch. I want to watch this even more. He has inadvertently made this documentary even more must-see. Don't you agree?
Are you saying that he's in cahoots with Netflix?
Maybe not. But okay, here's the thing. The thing we know about Vince, he is, I don't want to say an egomaniac, but he loves his name out there. For good or for bad, he don't care. As long as his name is out there, he happy, right?
Self-promoter lah. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, 100%, right? So, in a way, like, maybe he's not in cahoots directly, not like, hey, you help me promote lah. No. It's like, yeah, I want people to see because I want people to see how great I am, good or bad.
Yeah, maybe. And the thing is, he did initially agree to be, on the show. The producers reached out to him. He was open. I think I would say everything, like maybe 60% of the documentary is Vince approved, right?
Yes.
But then the hush money thing happened, right?
There's the but then. Okay, let me get this out of the way first. As with any documentary, I feel like this needs to be said. As with any documentary, documentaries are entertainment at the end of the day, right? It's just framed in a quote-unquote slightly more realistic point of view. Documentaries edited a certain way can lead you down a certain path. Certain narratives can be pushed if you take out something. You know what I mean? We've all watched those crime dramas. So literally, we cannot go into this documentary thinking to ourselves, this is the truth. The truth is always somewhere in the middle, in the outtakes, in the stuff that was left on the cutting room floor, right? So let's just put that out there first, going into this.
I agree. And of course, you have to understand, right? They are trying to tell two stories, right? So they're trying to tell Vince McMahon, his life, right? Life and times of Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
But I think they also want to try to. It's a bit iffy because of the timing of the court case and the lawsuit. What will this do, right? This will just be a gasoline to drop into the whole thing. So I think the people from Janelle Grant's side, I think their lawyer also put up a statement saying that, we want to ensure that whatever they put out is not sensationalizing what the trauma she went through. So they also haven't seen the show. They want to keep a close eye on the show. Yeah. So I feel if I'm the producer, okay, as much as I want to say I want to be as super objective as possible and I want to try to tell all sides of the story, let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
I feel deep in my heart, this is a business move between WWE like TKO and Netflix because they already had this project in the can, right? They already had it ready to go and this shit happened. I think that before Netflix starts their official partnership with WWE, let's clear out all the remnants of the past. I think that's what they're trying to do.
And also and we've talked about this before. They keep talking about on the current WWE project how this is the Levesque era. They're trying to remove as many McMahon references as possible to, pun not intended, but it's a new day, a new era in the WWE. Yes, Vince McMahon built this place, but now it's under completely different ownership. But you still want to know about the Vince McMahon stuff. You still want to watch, and therefore it drives the engagement, right? Okay, let me read to you Vince McMahon. I have it, his entire post, okay? He posted on social media. He says, "You're fun." No,
no, don't say his voice, bro.
I don't regret participating in this Netflix documentary. The producers had an opportunity to tell an objective story about my life and the incredible business I built, which were equally filled with excitement, drama, fun, and a fair amount of controversy and life lessons. Unfortunately, based on an early partial cut I've seen, this doc falls short and takes the predictable path of conflating the Mr. McMahon character with my true self, Vince. The title and promos alone make that evident. Okay, is there anything you want to add before we continue?
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, from his perspective, it's not wrong because clearly the trailer sensationalized him and his character, trying to make people think that, hey, maybe he is his character, right?
Yes. he continues, a lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in an effort to leave viewers intentionally confused. The producers are typically editing tricks with the producers use typical editing tricks with out of context footage and dated sound bites, etc., to distort the viewer's perception and support a deceptive narrative. Back to what I was talking about earlier, that's what they do in documentaries, right? They will purposely put certain sound bites. In fact, if you watch a trailer of a movie, for example, they'll purposely put things out of context, out of order, so that they confuse you and don't give away the surprise.
Good. Clearly.
Yeah,
you gotta make people want to watch the show as well. Right? So you gotta give some sort of drama to dangle you with.
In an attempt to further their misleading account, the producers use a lawsuit based on an affair I ended as evidence that I am in fact Mr. McMahon. I hope the viewer will keep an open mind and remember that there are two sides to every story.
I don't know what it is about this particular statement, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like because Vince McMahon is such a control freak, he has historically wanted to micromanage every single thing that he can, right?
Bro, down to being in Michael Cole and Jim Ross's ear, you must say the exact thing.
Yeah.
Bro,
so if
I don't know why suddenly the clip of who was it? Was it Michael Cole that said anal bleeding? And then Booker T looked over like, what? Because you know that was a Vince. He's like, say anal bleeding, say!
Yeah. I'm so happy Michael Cole doesn't have Vince in his gym because he feels or looks and sounds liberated.
Bro, we all saw that clip, right? About him reacting to Chelsea Green and the dumpster match.
Yeah. That was so good. But again, my point being that he likes to micromanage things so much. And I feel the fact that this documentary is not in his control anymore.
Yeah.
I think he needed to have some sort of stake in it and get his perspective out there to at least try to control the narrative to a certain extent.
But ultimately, we all need to go into this documentary understanding this, right? Yes, it's entertainment. It's exactly that, entertainment, but it's not the 100% truth. You know, I'm not siding with Vince by any means at all, but I guarantee you this is sensationalized in a way where it's designed to hook you, make you watch all the way to the end, and paint him in a negative light because that makes you want to watch the next episode.
Exactly. And I'm coming into this as a wrestling fan, right? So of course I got no stake in the game, but the only stake I want is like my non-wrestling friends or people who do not know anything about wrestling to be like, hey, shit, I just randomly watched this Netflix documentary on WWE. Like, hey, Vince McMahon really like this. Well, I want that kind of conversations,
Yeah.
Because I have had some of my friends that I gym with, they were like, hey, bro, like, what's up with this Vince documentary? I saw is he going to talk about him real life? Some people don't even know that. So, this is how, I don't blame them. Their wrestling is not in their sphere, right? Some of them really thought that Vince McMahon is just a character and he's not really the president of WWE. He's like, he's playing a character, right? He's not a real person, right? So I'm curious to see people's reactions, especially non-wrestling fans.
Some people still think that Undertaker and Kane are brothers. Like, there are levels. There are definitely levels, right, to people's understanding of the product. Huh?
Look at them. They are identical. Clearly, they are related. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Definitely Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa definitely look from the same breed, bro. They are breed the same for sure.
One talk nonsense, the one act nonsense. Okay. Tonga Mania is running wild, my friend.
Bro. And then at one corner, JK Fatu is just
what does he always say? Like he always like bowing and he's like,
no, he was like, I love you.
I love you. My tribal chief, I love you.
They're all caricatures at this point.
I hope they don't push it too far. That's my only hope. Like Jacob Fatu needs to maintain the aura. Solo, a bit no aura, but we've talked about that. And then the other two jokers.
Okay. I think we can put a bow on Vince McMahon. But yeah, it's gonna drop Thursday, Singapore time.
Yep.
I heard like in the middle of the night for us because it's right before. It's like afternoon 5 p.m. Pacific, so that means it's supposed to be like 5 a.m. Singapore time. So by the time you guys wake up for Dynamite Grand Slam, the thing you guys gonna be talking about is probably Vince McMahon. Bro,
hang on. Spoiler alert: we are about to preview Dynamite Grand Slam, but yeah, there you go. This is what I think. I'll be watching the Vince McMahon documentary. Thank you very much.
And guys, I heard all 6 episodes are gonna drop at the same time.
Bro, are we going to do a review next week?
How about we do a live stream?
Is it like 1 hour episodes? That's 6 hours straight, bro.
Holy shit! I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. But
okay,
definitely we gotta react to that shit, right?
Here's the thing: are you gonna watch it with your girlfriend, or are you gonna watch it by yourself?
I gotta pitch it to my girlfriend first.
Oh, you got pitch. Hey, you're watching Emily in Paris. Come on, man. That's the pitch right there.
Bro, she called me Marcelo already, bro. I cannot let her down. You know what? You know what's my nickname from her nowadays?
Do I want to know?
I think it'll be quite an entertaining name for you, lah.
Okay, what?
Marcelo Fatissimo.
What the does that mean?
I'm a fat Marcelo.
Hey, wait!
Come on, I gotta prove to her, man, guys. The guns is still here, bro. Somehow.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna change that to Marcelo Buffissimo or whatever.
Buff back, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Deep Royalty was saying, guys, watch
party. Wow. That's 6 hour commitment. Like I said, my goal is to try to watch. I'm wondering if I can binge watch it, because if I'm going to watch it with my wife, then very hard to binge watch. If I watch it alone, then can. No problem. Yeah. By next week, can watch finish already. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's make a promise with the chat, right? Chat. Spam the W's, chats. Okay, anyway.
Stop it, bro. They're not speed age.
Let's all watch it at our own time.
Yeah.
And then whatever you guys want to react to, put it on the Discord. Those of you who haven't followed Discord, please follow us on Discord. But no spoilers. How about that? And then let's talk about everything next week on next week's podcast.
Next week? Okay, so we have 1 week to watch the damn thing. I mean, actually less than a week, because it comes out on Thursday. Correct.
So you all homework, guys. You go watch. Give us your early reactions, early thoughts, no spoilers, and then let's talk about it. Like one shot spoiler free. Okay, full spoilers next week.
Why don't, okay, let's do this. Why don't we start a Vince McMahon Netflix documentary channel where all the Vince McMahon stuff will go in there. You highlight stuff that's a spoiler with the spoiler, the black color blackout thing.
Okay, sure.
So if you want to go and get spoiled, then you go in there. It's your own tighty already.
Okay, let's make a channel. Yeah, we can do that. Sure, we can do that.
Let's do it.
Woo, guys, it's gonna be a big week for wrestling. And I'm not talking about Grace.
Okay, before we get there, we have something else.
Yeah, we should talk about this, another stuff as well.
Yes. Divorati did mention that Grapple Max has an event this weekend. It's the NWE event, right?
Yes, correct. NWE Open House, and I believe Ring of Rebirth also has a show this weekend, bro.
So busy. Yeah, and I see that the SPW, they've been ramping up their promotion for their big anniversary show coming up soon. Let me quickly take a look. What's it called? It's called Crowning Glory.
It is, I believe, their 12th anniversary show.
Yes.
And that's being ramped up for November. So we do hopefully want to get them on the show. A couple of people to kind of promote the event. You know who I really want? And I think the rest of the listeners can agree, bro.
Who?
We got to get the number one contender.
The Butcher Man!
Southeast Asian Championship. Yes, the Butcher Man. So, anyone listening to the chat, let the guy know we want to reach out to him. I will probably reach out to him on our own side, but yeah, let's make it happen.
I just realized one thing. Butcher Man, when he promos, he also speaks in tongues. Tama Tonga copy him.
Maybe we can get Butcher Man to help translate what is Tama Tonga talking, bro.
Maybe they speak the same butcheries or whatever the hell language it is, huh?
Yeah. Probably the same. Shit. Now my English language module is coming back to me. There's a term for it, bro. Like the diphthong. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
For all the different accents and all. Damn.
Or maybe it's a different dialect of butcher. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll see if we can get the Butcher Man on the show. But before we preview Grand Slam and the atrocity that is Dynamite, bro, I don't know why I do this to myself. After all, the London is which one?
All In,
which we. Fair game. It was, a good pay-per-view. Everyone left happy, right? After All In, they follow out with this shit show that was All Out. Whether you liked it or not, fine, whatever. You're like, oh, Mr. Young, don't be so sensitive. It's just a plastic bag. Whatever, And then you watch the Dynamites that follow. I have never, while watching any form of wrestling, just literally went, nope, I'm done. Halfway during the show. I did that for Dynamite. it was not the last week, but the previous week. You know, the one where they had the tag team casino battle gauntlet. There have been a lot of shitty gimmick matches. This is the worst gimmick match that they keep bringing back.
And the worst part is they like the entire lineup of tag teams.
Yes.
They're not over, bro.
No, nobody is. Dude, their champs are not over. That's the main problem, right? Like, you want to build the tag team division, you got to have one or two over tag teams. None of them are over. And oh my God, we're going to get into it already. Okay, let's save it.
Yeah, let's save it. I want to talk about something else WWE related. There is a positive thing, Mr.
Okay,
come
go
on.
for it. Because we had the PWI to quickly talk about as well. Go ahead.
Correct. How can we forget, bro? SmackDown last Friday. That cinema segment, come on, bro.
You mean when the lights went out and the music hits and out comes Tama Tonga? Yeah. You mean that, right?
No, I didn't mean that. I didn't. Come on, bro. Come on.
Okay,
gotta give some respect to the real OTC, the real tribe. I don't get why he needed 7 cars, a motorcade to bring him there, but that goes without saying.
He big deal, you know, he's a big deal. Look, when you talk about aura, right? I mean, the kids use that term. We've been using that term. Dude exudes plus 10,000 aura. You know, like, unfortunately for Cody, he seems like a small boy in front. Like, he seems like the little brother getting scolded by the big brother a bit.
Can we first give some props, you know, Roman Reigns?
Oh, yeah.
Seeing his evolution from suffering succotash. God damn it. We went through some dark times in Roman Reigns. Everyone was, you know, rejecting him.
Are you saying that there is potential for Tama Tonga in about 5 years' time? He's going to graduate from to, you know, acknowledge me.
I heard Tama Tonga is either the same age or older than Roman Reigns. So I think his time has passed already, bro. Oh, dear God. Maybe got high time with Hikuleo.
Okay, anyway. I mean, there's not even much to say about that segment other than everything else that even their own production, like on NXT or what, seems like a cheap production compared to that one scene.
Yeah. So my question to you, bro, is like, you know, for a period during the pandemic, they were doing all this cinematic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, when they had the fans back, they did more in-ring stuff. Do you think this is a precursor to the kind of production they will do on Netflix, bro?
Ooh. Okay. I definitely want to see more, but not too much. There's always that air of too much, too often, AEW problem, that it becomes normal and not special. This was special because we hadn't seen it in a while. So I want to see a bit more, but not too much. Only for only for main eventers, only for the big marquee matches, WrestleMania that lead up, that kind of thing. Then yes. But I hope they don't overdo it.
Yes, and also I feel, and I don't think a lot of people made this comparison. Didn't see it much on social media, but this scene actually reminded me like a cutscene from Lucha Underground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this, those who watch Lucha Underground will understand what I mean, because Lucha Underground was essentially a TV show with wrestling in it, as opposed to a wrestling show with television scenes. You get what I mean?
With vignettes, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a proper narrative, proper storylines, and then there will be like very dramatic cinematic scenes in between shows to set up matches or like explain storylines. So I'm thinking to myself, and the way that was shot, somebody said, bro, this looks like a scene out of Fast and Furious, right?
Yep.
What if they introduce these elements specifically just for the Bloodline?
So only Bloodline matches or Bloodline storylines will have these cutscenes, quote unquote. Let's call it a cutscene, sure.
Yeah, because I feel like now they're talking about like epic storytelling, like Bloodline is like the biggest thing ever, right? And now we have elements like The Rock, right? We have Netflix, we have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, who are all like, they're trying to push as this Rock and Austin of this generation.
Yep.
So I feel if you want to elevate the epicness, and clearly this was a choice from Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman directed this whole scene.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what they're trying to do to kind of like, hey, okay, maybe let's showcase a bit more of like epic storytelling, like how Undertaker and Kane always had very epic, you know, cutscenes and vignettes. Let's do something like that, but just for the Bloodline, just to see,
sure,
or at least give some variety there, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it only makes sense, especially like I said, only for the main event guys, right? Nobody else. As long as that holds, then it's fine, you know. And I think Cody and Roman are the two people who can pull it off.
Yeah,
Like,
perfect.
I cannot imagine anybody else try to do the acting, you know? Yeah, some of them, yeah. Oh shit, it's gonna be part of my vernacular now. Fias, welcome into the podcast. But you know, I honestly don't see anybody else pulling it off to that level. I think it might come across a bit hokey.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think maybe for WWE's point of view, they should really see the character and see the wrestler.
Yeah.
And then create the kind of aesthetic based on the wrestler. I think this works because, like you said, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes can deliver that, but do not miscast somebody in this kind of format.
Yeah, like, okay, for example, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and the whole Judgment Day thing. They are fine doing the stuff that they're doing. They don't need dramatic moments. They are a bit high school drama, love triangle, betrayal, sort of a story that doesn't require epic, like, face-to-face, you know, like, drama.
Correct. I agree 100%. So, love seeing it, love how they tied in the whole history of Atlanta between the two wrestlers, because Bad Blood is taking place in Atlanta. So there is a reason for it. It's not just some random scene that makes no sense, right?
Oh, can we also acknowledge Kevin Owens?
Yes,
and
let's talk about that.
That subtle turn of like, wow, I fight with you against the bloodline for how many years? And then now you're like, you know, that look of like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so happy that they didn't knee-jerk have him turn at, was it Bash? Yeah, at Bash.
Yeah, Bash in Berlin. I love it as well because, again, layers of storytelling, right? The moment that scene ended and then it panned out into the TV screen where Kevin Owens was looking at the stuff, like reacting, like they are trying to be very real with the emotions, like how a human would react. Like, hey, if I was like a bro with this guy, and we've been battling this guy, we hated this guy for a long time. Next thing I know, that guy buddy. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, and then Solo even had that line. Are you guys friends now?
Yeah, exactly, right?
So everything goes towards the storytelling. Like, there is a very clear story, very clear goal, and everyone's playing their part to push that narrative forward. It's this is what we're looking at is a well-oiled machine. This is when you talk about peak Marvel Cinematic Universe, that was what they were doing. Everything seemingly like doesn't have anything to do with it, actually is also pushing towards that goal, you know?
Exactly. And, you know, if Kevin Owens turns heel after Drew McIntyre is the most justified heel turn in WWE, right? Like, it makes so much sense. And I really hope KO might even win the world title as a heel because of how strong his potential turn might be. I'm of the belief, right, that actually Cody Rhodes doesn't need to hold the title until WrestleMania 41. He should drop it for a bit, like, in my opinion.
Sure, I would be down for that as well. Fia says, I want Punk and Drew to do this epic cutscene. Actually, I think no need. I feel like they already did some, like, okay, I saw WWE social media, they put out this thing. It was a top-down shot of CM Punk's promo on Raw, and then they superimposed like images and text. I'm like, bro, whoever did this
awesome.
was like on the ball, man. It looks so good. I feel like they don't even need that.
They've done a couple of this format recently, like the top-down view, and then like the camera shift to the outside of the ring, and it's like a previous scene, and then it's amazing.
Their storytelling, they have editors, they have the most creative people running their social media right now. It's just insane.
Yeah. And I think tying back to Bad Blood, right? I feel like, when was the last time a B pay-per-view got you so hyped?
Exactly.
Right, so like, bro, Bad Blood. The last time I was hyped for Bad Blood was probably like 2004, Triple H and Shawn Michaels were in a cell.
And on the face of it, right? If you think about it, right? Solo and Jacob versus Roman and Cody. Honestly, if you just took all the storyline out of it, it's not a great match.
Yeah,
it's just okay, match. But because of the story and then how they've not had Jacob and the two faces really had that interaction, especially Jacob and Roman Reigns. They haven't really made Jacob look or take any offense. Now you're like intrigued, like, oh, how's that gonna go, right?
Correct. And the best part is they're all young guys. Like essentially, Roman and Cody's helping to build Solo and Jacob next generation. So it's great.
It's just man. Okay, I haven't really paid attention to Raw yet, but some spoilers have come out already lah. We've seen it lah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we can talk about it here. I'm fine with us, like at least acknowledging that speaking of short title reigns, we have a new IC champions, guys. Everybody.
Yeet! Okay, I didn't watch Raw, so I don't know how it played out. Was it a clean pin, like clean finish?
It was. So basically, what I'm getting the vibes is they're trying to play into this storyline where, remember Braun Breaker, new champion, young guy, overconfident.
Yeah.
And then Jey Uso was like, hey, I've been here longer than you. I'm gonna dog walk your ass.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to tell the story of an overconfident youngster, newcomer, thinking he's all that, and like maybe Jey Uso humbling him.
Right.
But I think this will light another fire or unleash another level of violence and intensity in Braun Breaker. And I think he will definitely regain the title, but it's really to help, develop Braun Breaker and also give Jey Uso that deserving crown, because everyone was saying that this guy has been a main event Uso, but has never won a big singles title. So this is for him as well.
Don't you feel like this is exactly what Braun did with Sami Zayn? If you take the title out of the picture, right? He literally he tried to beat him. He was like, I can defeat anybody. Like you said, like the cocky young stud. And then he loses to Sami Zayn. And then it's like, whoa, what the hell, right? So it's like the same story arc twice already.
Correct. But I guess the color, the difference in the aesthetic or the appeal of the story is because of the characters, right? So I feel you can tell the same story twice, thrice, but with different characters, it feels different. So I'm okay with it. And bro, this level, this IC title level works for Jey where he is right now.
Yeah.
But also I feel it elevates the IC title scene because Jey has been a main eventer. So
true. Agree.
I like it. I like it. A lot.
Very quickly, I was thinking about it the other day. Right? I want to get your opinion. Are the Wyatt Six played out already?
Ooh.
Okay.
Don't piss off Fias, bro, in the chat.
I know. And here's the thing. I love horror. Like, I love playing horror games. I love horror movies. It's one of my favorite genres. But the second you had them wrestle, the mystique is gone to me. So I honestly would rather see American Made get more of a highlight and a push than the Wyatt Six. Like, am I the only one here?
Okay, I've realized that the Wyatt Six has been a bit in the background recently. I think it's like almost like they're bidding their time, or maybe they're letting other storylines play out. The problem with Wyatt Six, I feel, was like they didn't have their signature pay-per-view match. When they first debuted, their debut match was like the Raw after SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
And their entire American Alpha storyline played out on Raw. And okay, that's great. Like you give Raw a pretty pivotal storyline. But they should have had a payoff on the PLE, maybe Bash in Berlin or whatnot, because that was the point, right? Like, why would essentially it becomes a mid-card act at this point?
So their feud with American Made is still ongoing, right? Or is it kind of
no? They ended it with the street fight, the one with Nikki Cross and all that.
Yeah.
So that ended.
Yeah. So it kind of ended with like the. I get your point. Like, there was no sort of marquee match that put them like, oh, this is them. They've arrived. They really feel like a lower mid-card group, even though the build-up to them appearing was like, whoa, they killed everybody backstage.
Yeah. So, if you were the booker, how would you bring back Wyatt Six to prominence, or what do you do next with them?
I honestly don't know, because I think this supernatural gimmick limits them in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. But and I see you, Fiaz, and that was actually the next thought in my head. Their next feud needs to be Judgment Day. Talking about betrayal, and they are the perfect heels for the Wyatt Six. But Judgment Day are still dealing with Damian Priest and Mami. So it's like now they have to go into the background, and I'm afraid if they disappear for 3-4 more weeks, people forget about them already.
I feel like, okay, then if that's the case, right, Bash and Berlin can be the blow off of the Rhea Ripley feud with Liv Morgan.
But
It
they're
can be
doing it at Bad Blood.
yeah, sorry, Black Bad Blood.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, you
But
didn't see what
I
happened on
saw,
Raw?
I saw on
Okay, you saw.
Instagram, bro,
Yeah,
hanging
okay.
above the ring in a steel, I think in a shark cage. Dom.
Okay, sorry, not the custody of the opponent, but they got it. They reference it, I'm supposed,
Yeah.
with this match. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Jason from Brunei? Yeah, hello. It's been a while. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, but we're back.
Yep.
We're back. Okay, so what I was trying to say is like, get them to finish up their feuds or close all the loops at Bad Blood.
Yep.
Because I feel like Bad Blood seems to be where all the rivalries will end.
Yeah.
And then they will start all this new stuff going into Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, right?
Yeah.
I would love for Damien or, to beat Finn decisively. And then like Damien, the Terror Twins, like Damien and Rhea say like, hey, I don't want anything to do with Judgment Day. We are moving on to bigger and better things. We are the champions, blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
And then while, Judgment Day come out to complain, next thing you know, the lights go out. And then Wyatt Six come back into the picture and they are saying like, we are your judge and executioner. We are going to take over, So I think that would be a very interesting way to play them out. Yeah.
I think it would be cool. And once again, okay. I have a problem with the motivation. It's like, why is it your business to, you know what? Like, a part of me goes like, I as the fantasy booker, I'm like, yes, Wyatt Six versus Judgment Day is gonna be cool. And you got Carlito, and he will be very funny in those spooky segments as well, right? I can see the potential. Absolutely, I'm there for that. But like the raison d'etre, as corporate speak, you go to any corporate setting. What is our raison d'etre? What is the raison, the reason for being? Why are they even feuding with them? Just because, you betray your family, that's why we don't like you? Like, I feel like it's a bit of a weak reason. Don't you?
They need to really explain it and get some purpose out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not against the match or the feud. You know what I'm against?
What?
I'm against Uncle Howdy's wrestling attires.
It doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look cheap. It looks...
Bro, the mask CMI, I think he needs like a Mankind, like early Mankind kind of style mask, the Hannibal Lecter, that will work. Bro, even the hair, the dreadlock look cheap, bro. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Okay, is it bad to say that this whole thing has come across as a Bray Wyatt tribute act? And after a while, that's going to lose its luster.
I mean, as somebody who is a Linkin Park fan and having very mixed feelings about their new lead singer.
Do we need to go there? Do we need
no,
to... Okay.
No, we don't need to go there, but I'm just using it as a reference point.
Right. Apart from her and her personal stuff, whatever, right? Like, look, it's just another phase of the band. Like, we all grew up with Chester Bennington. Obviously, he can never be replaced, right? Like, but I do not expect the band to suddenly say, okay, we got a new lead singer, we changed our name. Like, no, it's still Linkin Park. Like, a lot of the members are still there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like with Wyatt Six, right? It's clearly the reason it was created was to honor Bray Wyatt. So that's fine. If that's gonna be like their North Star, like okay, everything's gonna be a Bray Wyatt tribute. And I think even Bo Dallas said it somewhere on social media or what. Like he said, from now on, I sacrifice my life to to continue your legacy. So he's gonna really make it about Bray and not about him. But my question is like, how do you continue the story without it? Like for example, I think Marvel is struggling with the same thing, right? How do you continue and tell new stories without having to always wonder or be nostalgic for the old days and like, this stuff was so much better. Like
Rishi brings up a very good parallel. It would be the same like if Cody Rhodes talked about Dusty 24/7. At some point, you need to move on to the next reason, the next raison d'etre, the next like motivation to do what you do.
Correct. What is the mission statement going forward, right? I do hope, because I feel like everyone in the Wyatt Six have great potential.
Yes.
Character backstories, I think all of them can cut great promos. Maybe not Dexter Lumis, I haven't seen his stuff yet, but the rest all I feel can carry themselves on the mic. So let them talk, let them, be more fleshed out. make them feel real. I feel like they can be a bit spooky, but they are real people. That that can help a lot with humanizing their characters and making them interesting.
Irvin says there's a reason why horror movie franchises have been diminishing returns. The monster eventually becomes ironic babyface. Ooh, that's a very good point. And yeah, if you think about it, like Freddy, Michael Myers, all those movies are, the longer you go into the franchise, the worse the movies get. Right?
Agreed. And I think Roman Reigns is a great example, right? Like he right now is being cheered, but I feel like he never lost what made him great in the first place.
Yeah.
So of course, Wyatt 6, what makes them interesting is because people are linking them back to the Wyatts, right?
Yeah.
So unless they start to develop a very strong mission statement, like for example, Roman Reigns and Tribal Chief has far surpassed his Shield, beginnings, right?
Yeah.
So they need to create something way more amazing that make people like, okay, this is the new face. Like we are not going to compare this to the Wyatts anymore.
Let Papa H cook, as we always say, but also at the same time, to me they feel like a lower mid card. I hate saying this. They feel like a lower mid-card act right now. And hopefully in the next few weeks, once, the storylines wrap up, they feud with Judgment Day, hopefully we'll see more of them. And like the last few weeks, I don't know if you feel it, but it feels like it's been very quiet for the Wyatt 6. After like a huge ramp up,
Yeah, I think once they finish up that so-called feud or blow off that feud with American Made, I think they're trying to look for what's next, right?
Bro, I really hope the next feud that American Made have is something that they can really sink their teeth into. I see Team Angle all over this group, right?
Agreed.
And I want them to be like the wrestling machines group. Like they go in there and fuck people up.
I love it. I want, because they have the talent. They have the Creed brothers are great. Ivy now is great.
Yeah.
And I really hope that now that Jay is the champion, Braun Breaker, blah blah blah. I don't know where is that going, but get Chad Gable back in the IC title picture, please. Let him win the title at least once. God damn it.
Maybe that could be the next thing. Chad goes against Jay with the help of his American Mate, right? You elevate Chad in that way, and at the same time bring up the Creeds and Ivy now, and Braun can go on a bit of a side quest, like a proving himself side quest. That's fine.
Okay, I like it. Again, what they need to do is need to build up the depth on Raw. I do not know whether this Raw going into 2 hours will affect a lot of the roster change.
Yeah.
Do you hear about the news that they're going to make SmackDown 3 hours instead?
Yes. So basically, they're just fulfilling like the network needs lah. So it makes sense to me. I wouldn't be surprised if they start pushing doing trades and whatnot. But okay. That said, it sounds like I have negative things to say about Raw. Certain things I'm questioning, but ultimately, I look at the landscape of the WWE, there's so many positives. There are so many stars being made that were like, who the hell are they? A couple of months ago, Bronson Reed suddenly has, a purpose, right? Like he's the guy that tsunamis people to death,
Him and Braun is having like a horse fight.
Yeah, and there is something for every. You like a horse fight, you got it. You got comedy segment, you got it. You got love triangle, you got epic cinema shit. Everything also have.
Yeah. So I'm just curious that now that maybe because SmackDown is the remaining USA Network show, maybe they have to put in more of their 3 hours there so they can still not lose the sponsors and ad revenue.
Quick question, Now that NXT, just to pivot a bit, now that NXT is officially moving to the CW, I managed to catch a bit of NXT as well. Do you think they're ready for network television?
No. No.
No. Because a lot, I'll say why I feel this way as well. No, they're not ready for network television because a lot of their product still feels very experimental. And I'm afraid that comes across, But then again, if AEW can get away with what they're getting away with, then anything goes lah, bro.
Bros. Okay, I don't know about you lah, but I never thought CW was this very atas network. I mean, you understand or know DC stuff more. Like maybe you watch Arrow and all the Flash and CW stuff.
No. I never really watched, but when I lived in Canada, there was a channel that we had that would air CW shows. So I understand what the vibe of that. It's a much younger audience. So the shows there target a younger audience, which, could be okay for NXT. They are more forgiving. They're less discerning, right?
And their production quality is TV standard lah. So
It's lower.
Like it might be a Superman show, but it ain't gonna be like a high level effects kind of thing.
Like
right?
that one green screen for sure. The fellow floating in the middle of the air, like woo.
Yeah, so I think it fits the vibe of NXT. It's a bit,
it does.
A bit cheaper, but not in a bad thing, right? And of course, if you said you saw the episode, right? So you must have seen the whole CM Punk interaction.
Yes, I mean
Julia and Roxanne.
The whole idea of getting CM Punk, we know why he's there. Same with Randy Orton getting a match against Javon Evans.
Random
oh my
as
god!
fuck. Yeah.
No, but I love it because you just know that Javon Evans is going to. First of all, as a young kid, can you imagine him getting to work with Randy Orton? Like he must be over the moon, and he's gonna sell that RKO like he's gonna do a handstand on his head and shit. Like, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm happy for him as well. But you know that segment with Julia and Roxanne?
Yeah.
It was actually the first time I actually sat down and listened to a Roxanne Perez promo.
Bro.
Yeah, she's not ready. She's not ready.
Bro, I mean, they call her the prodigy because of her in-ring talent. She's a much better babyface. Smile, wave, because she is horrible
as a heel.
As a heel,
trying too hard.
She cannot. She doesn't have the X factor when it comes to mic work. Unfortunately, she really does not. Everything out of her sounds fake. And I'm sorry, Julia has the Japanese wrestler weird facial expressions that affectation that they train in Japan in Stardom.
Yeah, there was some good lines that she was delivering, like Roxanne. There was a good material being written for her.
Yeah.
But she didn't deliver it.
No, bro, that's the exact thing. She's reading lines. Whereas when CM Punk talks, when Drew McIntyre talks, when the best they talk, they just talk. Right?
Yeah,
versus, Roxanne is trying to remember her lines and reciting lines. There's that difference you can tell. And I think I might be the only person to say this, but that Julia Chelsea Green match, I was not impressed. I was like, oh, okay lah. Very special.
So you're not Julia's biggest fan now.
I am Julia's biggest fan because look at her. But in terms of like, I'm starting. I wonder if this is a New Japan disconnect because I don't watch Japanese wrestling. And those of you who do watch, please tell me if this is that disconnect, right? Every time they hype like a Japanese wrestler coming in, like a Kairi Sane or Io Sky, even, it's like they need to do something crazy before people go, oh my god, yeah, that's cool. Because whatever it is, it just doesn't translate to the North American style. And when I watched that match, I was like, okay, it's cool. The finisher was like, they do love their knee strikes, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It feels psycho knee and all that.
It looked like it didn't look good. Like I didn't like the match. I was like, oh, okay lah. But damn, Julia, though, damn. But the match itself was like,
okay, like I mean, skill wise, debatable. Maybe some certain styles don't translate well in North America, or maybe she needs some time to adapt to American style of wrestling. One thing I realized about Julia is that she does speak better than a lot of the Japanese wrestlers, at least when she's here. Sure. I mean, I'm comparing with like Kairi Sane and Io Sky, right?
Yeah.
Can she be more of like a character and talker as opposed to be like, I'm just a good Japanese wrestler with skills? Like I want her to lean into her character a bit more. I hope so.
Bro, that's every single Japanese WWE wrestler. We've had the same conversation, bro. What is Asuka? What is Shinsuke? What is Kairi, Io, other than great Japanese wrestler?
Yeah, they're Japanese.
Japanese is not a gimmick, okay? Beyond that, they need to be something else. And Julia is not even technically, I mean, she grew up in Japan and everything, but is she Italian?
Bro, Julia has a better gimmick than all these wrestlers, bro.
Why?
She's Japanese Italian.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
The next thing you know, she fucking joined the what's that? The D'Angelo family. Okay.
Oh my god, don't give them ideas, bro.
Now they got a wrinkle. I don't know if you saw on NXT now, Tony D'Angelo is having doubts in himself because he's like, I'm afraid. Like they made him admit that he was afraid to face Obafemi.
Don't make me try to pay attention to NXT storylines, bro. Don't. I got better things to do with my time.
Look,
please.
I still think it's hokey as F, the whole like mafia bullshit group, right? But now got a wrinkle, bro. Tony, and apparently they lifted lines directly from like one of those classic Godfather, like Italian mafia movies, where he admits that he's afraid of going up against Oba.
I cannot, bro. Don't. I watch. Okay, my exposure to NXT is very surface level. I'm happy to keep it that way because if not, I will start poking too many holes, bro.
Bro, there's only one thing you want to poke, and we know what that is on NXT. Anyway,
what the fuck? I ain't saving you.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Okay.
Let's segue out of this. All right. Okay. So we talk about NXT. You talk about the cinema segment on SmackDown. I think we can wrap up a bit of WWE already. Do you want to talk about the list?
Okay, you're on the list. Jericho is not on the list. Let's very quickly go through it because every time a list like this comes out, I feel like I have to say that a lot of it is on a curve. Because if you look at this objectively in terms of mainstream knowledge, if you brought this list to a person on the street, they won't know most of these. They will only know the WWE names. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. In terms of actual money drawing personalities, the top 10 would be all WWE guys, if not top 5.
Yes, but again, they are not basing it on WWE drawing power, right?
No, not even WWE drawing power. Real life drawing power. Let's be very specific with this. They are basing this on, once again, how well they do in their company, in their sphere. So, grading on a curve. Because let's face it, let's take a look at number 1 and number 2. You mean to tell me that Swerve Strickland is a better draw than Roman Reigns? Shut the fuck up and sit down. You know, like, let's be honest. Let's be truly honest. Do you think Swerve Strickland is a better draw than Sami Zayn, than Jey Uso? Stop it, bro. Stop it.
But, wait, question. Is Roman Reigns even on the list based on his number of matches he's had? That's the question.
But that's the thing. He can have one match in the year. He will outdraw all of them. So this list is literally just based on that set of criteria. I just want to point that out before we put too much stock into a list like this. Because in real life, money drawing terms, this list don't make a damn difference.
I think they should have a separate list where it's like best draw. You know, there should be like a best draw list. Then that will be very obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember there was this one year where it was like Stone Cold was like the top draw, but they had like Jushin Thunder Liger is number 1 or something. I can't remember. It was a dumb name.
It makes zero sense, right? But Irvin says it's kind of like the Michelin guide by a guy who only eats Japanese food. Yeah, exactly, right? So once again, this is like quote unquote on a curve, lah. Let's go top to bottom, and then we'll just stop when we get sick of it. At number 1, Cody Rhodes. Agree? Disagree? I mean, of course, he's the guy right now, right? For the
That's
WWE.
a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Especially as a full-time who wrestles a bunch of matches. That's it.
Number 2, Swerve Strickland. I mentioned earlier. Okay.
Was he the best performing like wrestling in AEW this past year?
I would give that honor to Bryan Danielson personally from a wrestling standpoint, but it's all subjective, right? He is champion, so that means something, right?
Yeah, I mean he was champion the longest in this period, and he had the most high-profile matches. So I guess I'm basing it on prestige, lah. You know,
once again on the curve that would make sense, but look at how he's been booked since, and even as champion he was booked like shit.
Yep.
So
agreed.
Number 2, okay, sure, on this list, fine. Number 3, Will Ospreay.
That's the thing, right? Will Ospreay in AEW has done great stuff, but he won international championship? So it's not really the highest tier title. Are they basing it on his run in New Japan? Because I know he ended his New Japan run in January, Wrestle Kingdom.
Sure.
So maybe they're combining that. Maybe.
I wish they would look at it in a way where how have they improved their standing from the time they enter the company? Because I don't even think this is a bold statement. Will Ospreay is only over because he's Will Ospreay and because of the reputation he's brought in. I don't think AEW has actually built him. AEW, we've established this, they can't build stars. What the shit, right? And Ospreay only has down to go from here. And I hate to be that guy to say this, but I feel like he's not being elevated.
You don't think he can become an even bigger star than he is right now?
No, not in AEW. He can personally, but the AEW booking will not allow him to be bigger than he is now.
Even if he say wins the world title and becomes a top star for the next 1 year, like as the top of the card,
No, I don't think so. The booking will fail him. I'm very confident in the fact that the booking will fail him. Even if he wins the title, yeah, he will go up in the eyes of the people who do lists like this, sure. But in terms of money drawing, real life draw, he is peak right now.
I like Will Ospreay, and I think he's one of the bright spots of AEW.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but again, it's really not a wrestler issue right now. It's really, again, management, booking, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but on this list, I guess it makes sense why because this list feels a bit more like a hipster list as well. You gotta, take into account like, okay, if this guy wrestled in Japan, Mexico, and North America, then got more points.
Correct. It is what it is, last. So, and number 4, Seth Rollins, last year number 1. Sure, yeah, he held the main title on the WWE side for a long time as well.
Yep. I think he was like the main star all the way until WrestleMania. And came back, got his ass handed to him by Bronson Reed, and he's gone. So
yeah. Number 5, Tetsuya Naito. I can't tell you if that makes sense or not.
I can't comment because we don't watch New Japan. But Tetsuya Naito, at this stage, his career at number 5, really, he did a lot of stuff in New Japan this past year.
Apparently, he did.
I hope the Japanese fans can kind of give us some more context.
Somebody in chat, please let us know. Damian Priest is at number 6. Yeah.
I like this, actually. I really like this because Damian Priest has been a backbone of Raw. Champion as well. So I like that and I remember apparently his last ranking last year was way down. So he really jumped. Highest jump.
Last year, he was 71. So yeah, they definitely elevated him. Number 7, MJF.
What was MJF last year?
MJF last year was number 6. Well, wasn't he champion last year?
He was.
It kind of makes sense, and he still maintained a high profile, and he was international champion as well this year.
Grading on a curve, right? Why was MJF number 6 last year, even though he was the champion for the entire year, and Swerve Strickland is number 2 this year? How do you compare the title reigns and say that Swerve Strickland was a better champion?
Because this is a very subjective list.
Again,
I don't know.
This is not Dave Meltzer's list, but this is apparently PWI. I think their breakdown is they have wrestlers, officials, people in and out of business, all like kind of like it's like a committee, right? Like like the Oscars, like that.
Correct. Okay, and number 9 is Gunther. I'm sorry, as far I know they count match quality as well. Gunther should be way higher. Hey, shit! We jumped, bro. We jumped. I skipped one. I think I subconsciously skipped it. So at number 9 is Gunther. You know who's better than Gunther, bro?
At number 8?
Yeah, at number 8.
I know. I think I know.
Who?
El Hijo Viking.
No. He's an AEW guy.
Ooh.
This is not your company anymore.
Fucking John Moxley. The fuck?
Okay, this list is not valid already. The fact that you have John Moxley on top of Gunther, go away. Go home, bro, you're drunk.
Are you saying that because of his world title reign in New Japan, or he had the title for like a cup of coffee, that's why he's on this list?
Yep.
Okay.
You're not impressed, bro? Not impressed.
John Moxley in 2019 would have meant something. But
not current skinhead John Moxley or whatever the hell he's doing with this faction. Number 10, Mystico. Cannot comment. Number 11, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, okay.
Because he was champ, right?
Based on his champ, based on his list as a champion. Okay, Jason brought up a point that the cutoff dates needs to be considered because they only measure from August to August, right? Or September to September.
Yeah, so the current stuff doesn't really hold.
Okay, but then again, that still doesn't defeats my point because MJF last year, August, and the previous 2002, 2022, he was champion for majority of that year. He should have been way higher than number 6.
Yep. Number 12, Sami Zayn. Number 13, Drew McIntyre, even though he's been in one of the most high-profile feuds. Where is CM Punk on this list?
I don't think
Talking
CM Punk is on the list because he never had more than
Yeah.
10 matches.
Correct. But he sells more merch, draws more tickets. So hey, if you're in the bit, like we're in different businesses, like to quote CM Punk, right?
Yeah,
Like
okay. Drew is lower. I know why. He didn't win. He won one world title for
lost.
5 minutes and lost. Yeah. He didn't win any other prestigious title. So yeah.
No, but this really brings that quote from CM Punk to light. If you are more interested in getting 5 stars on some reviewer's website, then we're not in the same business. He's here to make money. And
Agree.
there you go. Let's see. Number 14, Bryan Danielson. Number 15, Moose. Number 16, Sonata. 17, Jey Uso. 18, El Hijo Vikingo.
Ah, my guy.
Number 19, Mustafa Ali.
Woo,
Doing big
okay,
things on TNA, right?
TNA, yeah, TNA. Let's do a cutoff at 30 because I don't think I can go through the whole
Okay,
thing.
sure.
Yeah,
20, Eddie Kingston. What the hell has that guy been doing?
Oh, because in this last calendar year, he won that stupid
The Continental Breakfast.
Continental Classic. Yeah, he was Triple Crown champion. So give some respect on his name, bro.
Triple Crown champion and then not featured on television. Like we've talked about how that guy, you just put him on the mic, he can sell. And where do you go? Nowhere. Anyway, 21, Okada.
Oh, Okada.
Bitch. 22, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. Number 3, Alex Shelley.
TNA champion, right? Most recent. So, give some respect. Great.
24, Orange Cassidy.
What the fish Orange Cassidy doing here, bro?
Wait. Previous year was 8. So he dropped. Okay, it makes sense. Like he hasn't been doing much.
Okay. Devil's Advocate. Last year, he was the long-running,
international champ.
International champion. He was winning all the matches and he was starting Dynamite a lot. So, okay, makes sense.
Alex Kane. Is that Kane's brother?
I never heard of him. Where is he from? Which promotion?
I don't know. Hang on, let me
never say.
Let me click on that. Alex Kane is MLW, I guess. He looks like an indie guy. MLW,
okay.
MLW.
Okay.
26, Adam
Cole is on this list?
Adam Copeland.
Okay, Adam Copeland. Okay, fine. Adam Copeland is fine.
With the knee break. I mean, was it shin break? What did he break? Anyway.
He break from jumping. Yeah.
Stupid spot. 27, LA Knight.
Yeah. Okay.
28, whoop that.
Trick. Okay.
There you go.
Whoop that. Okay.
29, the patriarchy, Christian Cage.
Well deserved. I think he's one of the bright spots of AEW as well.
Yeah. That's debatable. And number 30, Ilya Dragunov.
Okay, good way to run off the top 30. Some weird choice. I mean, who the fuck is LXK?
Wow,
Can we talk about our 2 Southeast Asian representatives?
Okay.
On this list.
Okay.
Right? First we have Iman. I can't recall what's his number.
Iman is 333, bro.
Ooh, great number, 333. And of course, he originally from MyPW. He has wrestled in Australia recently, so shout out to him. Won championships in Australia in his home promotion. I think is it Sydney or Melbourne? I can't remember. So he is doing great things for Southeast Asia, and I really, really hope he gets recognized further. What about our guy, bro?
Dante Chen, 377.
37, not our Salakau number.
No, wait, walao, eh. But hey, oh my gosh, have you seen his vignettes on NXT, by the way?
No, I've not.
Talk
to me about it.
He did some weird. I don't know what to say about it. I'm a bit of two minds. Hey, NXT is the experimental brand, so I'm there for it. But okay, so there are 2 characters. I forget their names on NXT. I'm not really paying full attention, but they kind of annoy me. They do like vlogging. They are like vlogging wrestlers.
I've seen Dante Chen appear on their social media, right?
Yeah, and then they are doing some vlogging thing where he's doing some cooking.
Yeah, like cooking show. Yeah, okay.
I'm like, okay, he's exploring a different. I'm not gonna shit on it because once again, NXT is developmental. They need to try new things to try to find their niche, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But like we talk about CW. That standard maybe can. It's a bit cringe to me.
So you're saying those stuff that he puts out on social media, they are playing it on NXT TV?
Yeah, I saw it on NXT, yes.
Oh dear, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? The segment where he's like doing some cooking thing with these two guys, big guys, right?
He's revealing like the food and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, personality being shown, but I thought that was just a social media thing, you know. Putting it on TV might be a bit in conflict with his current character. It's supposed to be some like, Shaolin vibes,
Let him
Mortal
cook,
Kombat.
bro. Tovakin says let him cook, literally.
Literally.
Look, here's the thing, right? We just talked about the whole speed phenomenon and how people, the kids more specifically, are fascinated with this type of content. Maybe that's why they are putting it on the CW. That sort of audience, that younger demographic might be okay and might like that, and that might build him a following. So we cannot use our old eyes to judge this, you know?
Div Royalty said it was just a social media thing.
Are you
so
sure?
I don't know whether
I could have sworn I saw it on NXT. I think it was aired on NXT TV.
But to be fair, the reason why he's on this list is because, he is clearly a gatekeeper of NXT.
Level Up.
Yes, a Level Up. The most memorable, I think he has had two very memorable moments in NXT so far, right? One is, of course, the Brian Pillman and the Singapore Kane match.
Yeah.
Amazing. Love it. Thanks to him, we got viral content out. So shout out to Dante. And secondly, that surprise match against Ethan Page for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, that two moments alone have surpassed everything he's done in WWE or NXT so far. And shout out to him because recently, I think he celebrated his 3 years in WWE, bro. It's been 3 years since he debuted.
Wow.
So
yeah.
that's a longer career than a lot of wrestlers in WWE.
I really hope, and we've talked about this before, I hope that they find the right gimmick for him soon, you know?
Yeah. I hope so. Because, I mean, if they can persevere with Ava Raine. Come on, give Dante Chen a chance.
Bro, Ava Raine is different level lah. You know whose daughter that is, okay?
Bro, that was connection, bro. Nothing to do with talent, bro.
Bro,
come on.
I see Dante Chen at 377, right? I look down the list at 381. Evil Uno is there. What kind of bullshit?
Oh my god.
How boo, bullshit. How is
Dante Chen better than Evil Uno? Let's put a button on that. Let's
bro, Dante Chen, I'm looking down this list. Dante Chen on top of Dustin Rhodes, bro.
Ooh, are you serious?
Dustin Rhodes at 393.
Okay, who's in and around Dante Chen? Like who's above him or like five names above him?
Lexis King is 368, so that's not too far away.
Okay, the rest is better.
I have no idea who these people are. Bobby Beverly. Manabu Soya Sauce.
Holy hell.
No. Callum Newman. Sunny Kiss. Oh shit.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Derek Dillinger. I have no idea who. Milo. Who is Milo's? Yeah.
Okay.
Caveman Ugg.
They are all above Dante Chen.
Ricky Starks. Yeah, I'm looking on top of Dante Chen now.
Damn, Ricky Starks that low?
Wow, what has he done?
Oh yeah, he hasn't done shit this last year. Yeah,
it's not for lack of like skill. It's all about like not being booked at all, right?
Okay. But apparently he has done at least 10 matches though because he's on this list.
No, he's done way more than 10 matches lah. So
probably in ROH or Collision or Rampage, I guess.
Anyway, that's the PWI. I mean, they also did color commentator.
I've heard.
Do we even want to look at that?
Maybe let's see who's the top in every single subcategory.
Sure, let me see if I can find it, okay?
Okay.
Because I wasn't... I didn't prepare it because I didn't think we would talk about it, but then I know that...
Okay. While you're finding the list, maybe I can kind of pivot and talk about our very own PWI list, bro. Our own Singapore wrestler top 20 list.
Yes, go for it. Oh, Dante Chen's in the house, by the way. We just talked about the guy. Oh, it was only on... I could have sworn I saw it on NXT. Maybe I'm like losing my mind.
Mr. Young, say his name, man.
He appears. I
believe in Dante Chen.
Yes.
What's up, Dante?
It's good to see you, man. I hope all's well.
Congrats on 377. Salah. Okay, sorry.
Hey, what the hell, bro?
Just a side beat, boy. He was only our social media just for giggles. Don't worry, I do my cooking in the ring.
Okay, let's go.
Pin that.
Hey, but then again, like I said, you never know what might hit these days in terms of like what will go viral, what will catch people's attention. So you never know, man. The whole Dante Chen cook chef thing might become. I don't know.
Bro, Dante, NXT North American title scene. Get them some Obafemi, bro.
Oh boy, let's go.
Yo, okay,
Mm,
can. So, as we were saying, like Singapore Wrestler Top 20, we're also doing our own version of
mm.
this list. I would have loved to have Dante on the list, but I think we wanted to make it very, very fair. So our caveat, our prerequisites is the wrestler needs to have completed at least 3 matches in our
In
um
Singapore.
yeah, in Singapore itself. So
Mm.
like those matches that you guys have at MyPW or outside, we don't count it. And it needs to be during our evaluation period, which is February 1st until December 1st, right?
Mm.
Each and every month we are reviewing and grading, giving star ratings to all the shows. Shout out to people like Div Royalty, Irvin, Saleh as well. You guys were helping us with compiling the list. And anyone who's on our Patreon, you are able to give your thoughts as well on the matches. And on top of like, reviewing every single show and giving star ratings, I've actually done like mini top 5 rankings for each month, right?
Mm.
And all this will culminate, of course, as like we've mentioned in our year-end Kick to the Guts Awards 2024, where we'll reveal the first ever Singapore Wrestler Top 20, SW20. So PWI was the inspiration, but let's hope that this becomes its own thing and we can kind of celebrate our wrestlers every single year. Just wanted to put it out there that, September there wasn't any wrestling shows, except for what's happening at the end of this month, right?
Yeah.
With NWE and with ROR. So I hopefully some of our Patreons, some of our listeners here, Dave and all that, you guys are all attending the show. Feel free to share your ratings. But I wanted to kind of like remind you guys as of August, what was our top 5 rankings for August? Because August we had a couple of big shows, right? We had the Singapore SPW had Hardcore Island 2.
Yeah.
So it was a SPW heavy list. But I just wanted to kind of like let you guys know who made that list to kind of give you a sensing of who is kind of like, shining right now.
Give it to us,
right?
bro. Give it to us.
Bro, at number 5 with an average of 4-star rating, bro. Referee Ryan, bro, makes the list officially.
Wow. Okay.
That was how great his performance was against Bryson Blade. Got great rave reviews for that.
Doesn't he have to participate in 2 more matches for him to qualify, though? He only had 1 match.
So the three matches will be qualified for the final end of year list.
Correct.
So we are building to that list.
Bro, I can't wait for the pivot table on Excel.
Yes, the pivot table is being made, bro. At number 4, shining in the main event, in the 6-man tag main event, Dr. Gore, bro.
Let's go.
Dr. Gore. And shout out to him because when at the end of the show, he gave a shout out to Dante Chen because that was like National Day period as well. Great baby face right now, one of the stalwarts of SPW. And his, spoiler alert, one of his best guys, his tag team partner is also going to appear on this list, right?
Okay.
Number 3, Aiden Rex.
There you go.
Former SPW Southeast Asian champion. He has not dropped down the card. He still remained relevant in the main event scene. Very, very great comeback that he had on the show. Number 2, our reigning SPW Southeast Asian champion with an average of 4.5 star ratings for that match, bro. The Statement, Andrew Tang. Right? Yeah. I mean, bro, leader of his own faction right now.
Yep.
State of Bastards. He has been victorious in most of the matches. But he took a loss in this match. But his performance was way, like underrated. And I thought he did a great job kind of like being the ring general in this match. But not forgetting, number 1, the up-and-coming number 1 contender for the SPW Southeast Asian Championship. Well-deserved. He deserves this moment on top. MVP of that night, the Butcher Man, with average of 4.5 star ratings as well, bro.
There you go. Of course, all that changes once we start aggregating all the scores throughout the year. And can't wait for December, man. We'll have the entire pivot table. I expect graphs with colors and all that shit.
Yeah. Guys, please recommend a designer. Don't later it become just me illustrating cartoon sketches of all the wrestlers. No, please. We want to make it a professional document that we can give it to you guys, bro.
Okay.
You guys, okay?
We'll see what we can do. But let's jump back to what we were talking about. We were talking about PWI, and they did release their top 10 color commentators. Take it with a grain of salt, I suppose. Because at on Honestly, at number 1, Nigel McGuinness, I won't argue too much against because I do believe he's one of the better color commentators out there.
I think he's the best. I mean,
yeah, okay.
If you think about his work from NXT, I think he actually is the best part of Collision. So,
sure.
Okay, I like it if he's not being too heelish of a character trying to shit on Bryan Danielson.
Yes, and we will get to that in just a bit in the lead up to his freaking match against Bryan Danielson on Grand Slam. Number 2, Wade Barrett.
What do you think? Wade Barrett as a color commentator, yeah.
I agree that he should be below Nigel, you know. Here's the weird thing, because Corey Graves, I feel, should be on the list, but he got transitioned to play-by-play. He's no longer color, if you think about it. But now that he's back with Michael Cole, he's sort of the color guy again, right? So, but because of when the rating, quote-unquote, this rating period was, I guess, Corey Graves. Like, when I look at this list and I don't see Corey Graves, it feels a bit like, but I get it, I suppose. Yeah, Wade Barrett deserves to be there. I haven't, number 3 is Caprice Coleman. I can only go on his past stuff because I don't watch ROH, so probably deserves to be there. Like, same for number 4, TNA. I don't watch TNA. Matthew Raywalt, who the heck is that?
Bro, that one is the last time the Josh Matthews, bro.
Oh, okay.
Still around.
All right. Number 5, Taz.
Okay. I mean, Taz is great because Taz is great if he's like, doesn't have to deal with all the other bullshit around.
The best is when he shits on Tony Schiavone.
Oh yeah. You shit on Tony. Okay, see that. Sorry, Toverkin, who are you talking about? Insightful interview with Chris Van Vliet. Is he referring to a certain wrestler? I don't know.
Let us know. And number 6 is Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee is actually one of those, like Michael Cole has said in an interview before, he reignited Cole's love for calling the business.
For that alone, I think he should be on this list.
I think he should be higher. I think Pat McAfee brings so much to the table in terms of he's a fan. You can feel like he is literally the voice of the people, and he's an athlete himself. You know what I mean?
It's like having a very decorated former player becoming a commentator and a fan also,
at the same time. And he reacts in such a real, honest way, like how we would react, so we can relate.
Yeah, I like having him around. I think he also elevates the show. I mean, he himself is a brand. And brings a lot of eyes. So, I mean, he deserves this moment as well.
Yeah, but once again, this is a very subjective list in terms of who brings more to the table. Honestly, I would put Pat McAfee on top of this entire list. If you're talking about bringing eyes and being a game changer to the brand, you know what I mean?
I see it. I mean, Nigel is great. I just wish he was highlighted more in AEW. He is the gem, bro. He should be the main lead color guy for AEW, bro.
And not Excalibur is play by play, excuse me. Number 7, Shuggy Ducky Quack Quack.
He should be very low on this list.
Bro, hey, put some respect on Booker T, man.
Bro, he's only known for
yeah. Look, I've come to love Booker T on commentary, and I actually look forward to it, all right? And for whatever reason, there's this one account on Instagram, I keep getting their shit on my reels, right? They post literally the same video every single post. And I don't know if you've seen it. It's that clip of him way back when it's Harlem Heat and Mean Gene together with Sensational Sherry. And he uses the N-word. He's promoting against, we're coming for you, N-word. Hogan.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then he goes, oh shit. Like Pai say he effed up.
My favorite thing about that whole entire segment, right, is Sherry's face trying to calm him down.
Yeah, like it's okay. Don't. Okay. No, but that goes to the professionalism of Sherry. But I don't know why that shit keeps popping, because you know what? Every time it pops up, I will watch because I laugh. Matt Ray Walt is Aiden English, bro.
Oh shit! Sorry. Okay.
Not what? The other guy, not what's his face? Oh my God, Div Royalty says the one thing I don't like about NXT is Booker T on commentary.
Yeah, Div, I agree with you.
You're a hater. He's coming for you. And
have
anyway,
have you seen Booker T trying to shout out? Who's that girl that was on the sexy rate or something like that? Oh my God!
He comes across as a very cute boomer trying to relate.
Yeah,
I love it. Number 8 is Hugo Savinovich, Triple R. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh shit. That's an old name from the past.
Yeah. Veda
Yeah.
Scott for New Japan and Matt Menard for AEW.
No. No.
Why is Matt Menard on this list? Has he been calling like Collision or Rampage or some shit?
I thought you always been calling shows when like Daniel Garcia is wrestling. I didn't know he was like more regular. I mean, of course, clearly we don't watch enough.
But anyway, that's the color commentators list. Take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Let's move on because it's almost 2:00, but we still have AEW to talk about. Oh boy.
Oh, here you go.
Look, man, we'll give credit where it's due. Like I said earlier, when they did the pay-per-view in London, they left on a high, right? And then it they, for whatever reason, they generate the momentum to compel me to watch Dynamite. And for 2 weeks, I tried to give them a chance. For 2 weeks, they fucking pissed me off. Like I said, that the week after with that Casino Gauntlet tag team bullshit match, I literally like, nope, I'm not watching this. I have better things to do. Like I've never done that for any reason. At worst, I'll leave it in the background and continue doing my shit. I was like, no, I don't need to see that. Because I know exactly what's going to happen. And they telegraphed it completely with Kyle Fletcher and
Will Ospreay.
Oh my god, Will Ospreay, right? Because they had the backstage vignette and all that kind of shit. I'm like, of course they are going to win lah. You know, it was so obvious they were going to win.
What do you think is the hardest thing about AEW to digest right now when you're watching their shows?
All of it looks hokey. All of it looks like NXT. Okay. NXT. Oh, this is such a weird. Okay. This is how I would describe it. NXT feels like a CW production, like you watching Teen Titans, like you watching Arrow, right? AEW feels like you're watching a YouTube show. Does that make sense? Like the level of production, even though NXT at times can be very cheesy and hokey, there's still a level of professionalism there. Whereas with AEW, it just feels like an indie show every week. And there is an audience for that, but that audience is slowly shrinking because they can't tell any stories long term. It's always about what's the match next week, let's find a way to get there, and that's it. It's very obvious that they have no long-term goal. They have no, like we just talked about, it's so easy to watch WWE because everything is working towards a goal. So it's like, oh, easy, you know exactly how to follow this storyline. Whereas with AEW, you are expected to know the history of Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson, for example. Like, why is this commentator just shitting on Bryan Danielson over and over and over for no reason? If you are a new viewer, you're like, this fellow like unprofessional like that, you know?
I think they need a lot of like video packages to kind of like give context. Problem is, I think people are not sitting through their shows enough, or they don't want to sit through their shows enough to see the videos. And if the videos are on social media, that's great. But like that, I'll just watch it on social media. I won't have to sit through 2 hours, right?
But you look at the difference between the output now. You have a product over there. We just talked about WWE Video, and they are trying different angles and production and creativity. And AEW is just the same old shit over and over again, And and that's the other thing, not over shit. Your main event is Young Bucks that nobody gives a crap about.
I mean, okay, with Grand Slam coming up, I think the biggest news is, of course, apparently it's like 99% done deal that Warner is going to renew AEW.
$170 million a year.
For 4 years? Or is it 3 years with an option for 4?
3 with option for 4, I think. I somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But the details of this deal have not been revealed. So we don't know if there's a pay-per-view component, if streaming will be part of it as well. We'll have to wait. Yeah, so we have to, we can't really speculate, right? So,
So a lot of people are saying that because they got an increment in their deal, right? This is a win for AEW, and this is like a justification for like everything they've done so far, has been justified. That's why they got a deal. So are they going to double down on what they think is AEW? That's my only thing that I'm thinking about right now.
But okay, so the ratings have been dropping. It's a downward graph. There's no arguing that, right? Let's look at the factors. Warner Brothers Discovery lost the NBA. So they must have a spot. So they have to. So it's like, it's not say a luck thing, but it's like, okay, shit, you still need a live spot. Live spot still drives viewership. You need to have the AEW. So they probably, based on that, were going to sign anyway. Two, what is the deal? Are they now going to get a cut of streaming or the entire library of pay-per-views? Because we know they've had a hand in that. We don't know, so we really can't say if this is a better deal or maybe it's a worse deal,
Yeah. And also, I feel like the roster for AEW is so bloated. So like last time when they were paid this amount, like maybe 50 million or what, it was within their budget. But I think now that they have ballooned so much, so many people in their roster that maybe this 170 million will make them barely break even.
Yeah, so maybe.
But again,
and
billionaire, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. You are dealing with a person who is a billionaire. You always want to please the billionaire. So a lot of this, right, it has nothing to, talking about business deals like that, a lot of the time it has nothing to do with show good or... I guarantee you the execs probably don't even watch the damn show. It really has to do with business negotiations. Yeah, whether they can get a good deal out of it. And I'm sure, look, he's a billionaire. Shad Khan probably has like the best lawyers, the best salespeople to go and pitch the shit out of this. For all we know, they could have sold them something amazing while they don't know what the hell they're buying. Once again, all this speculation, pure speculation until we know the details of the entire deal, which could be better or worse. Who knows?
Okay, so like now with that in the background, and I do hope AEW renews, and I do hope they have more like have a very regular home, because I love listening to Jim Cornette talking about AEW. So I mean that's me personally, right?
Sure.
But let's talk about the storylines going into Grand Slam, right? Bro, like the only thing that I'm paying attention to is like what the fuck is happening with Jon Moxley and Darby Allin and all this.
Look. I refuse to call their shit storylines. What they're doing are angles. Every week it's Vince Russo booking, right? You do a swerve, a shocking thing to justify the match, right? As opposed to telling a problem. Once again, it's the problem of they have no long-term goal. They are just booking for next week and maybe the week after, and that's it. It's so obvious in their booking, right? Let's just go and look at the card. Just look down the card, right? So they are filming, I believe, both together, Dynamite and Collision, and then they'll just air separately. So the card for Collision, very quickly, Conglomeration versus the Learning Tree, Tornadoes Trios match. The AEW Continental Championship Eliminator match.
Okay. The Eliminator... So it's not a championship match.
No, if the challenger wins, then they get an actual title match, which is the stupidest stipulation ever.
Okay.
Kazuchika Okada versus you know who?
Takeshita?
No. Why would it be Takeshita, bro? That would make too much sense. Who?
Oh,
you
give
guess.
Me a clue. Give me a clue, bro.
He was in Jericho's Vortex for quite a long time.
Holy shit.
He was part of Jericho's many groups.
Sammy Guevara?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Why?
Oh dear God. Okay. Okay.
Right? Sammy Guevara, we all remember him from being part of the Pillars. We all saw the potential, but he bad boy, so he kinda relegated to Ring of Honor, right? But then now he has a Continental Championship Eliminator match with Okada for what?
Maybe there was a story like something that we missed. No, I'm just kidding. There wasn't any story. It's probably some random.
FTW rules match, FTW Championship, Hook versus Roderick Strong. All right. Are you ready for this one?
Go for it.
I mean, okay, technically there is history. The history starts in London. Jamie Hayter versus Saraya.
Ooh.
Hang on. Saraya's rules match. The rules of the match are only Saraya is allowed to use weapons, close fits, and not have the traditional 10 count and use rope breaks.
Why, if I was Jamie Hayter, why the fuck would I agree to that?
Maybe I really hate Saraya, so I will agree to any match. Hang on. The winner receives an autographed copy of Saraya's autobiography?
Huh?
What?
Are you serious? Is this a joke? Are you telling me?
No, I'm looking at the Sarayas rules, bro.
Fias, I'm with you, bro. I'm totally lost about AEW. I'm depending on us
Okay.
right now. It's
Look.
like, you know how Fias is depending on us to give context to AEW. I'm depending on us talking about it to get context as well.
The main event I've actually seen play out on Dynamite, so I have a little bit more context to give you.
Okay.
Even though it's terrible context, but the main event of Collision will be Jeff Jarrett versus Hangman Page. Lumberjack strap match.
You're telling me Hangman Page coming out of a steel cage match that he won against the so-called biggest star in AEW.
Yep.
His next feud that they can come up with is against Jeff Jarrett.
Yep. Okay. Look, Jeff Jarrett is a legend, no doubt, but he is a colder than cold right now. Mm-hmm. And it's like every match, they have to put some stipulation. You know, like there's no, forget about having a story or something like, it's like, it's a lumberjack strap match. It's not just a lumberjack match. It's not just a strap match. It's a lumberjack strap match. Like, wow.
Why?
Yeah. Like, it's
like Drew McIntyre with CM Punk in the strap match, I understand, right? There was a reason that led to that. I know they have been, like Jeff and Adam Page has been having some arguments backstage and vignettes. In no way does it justify such a, like, extreme match already.
Bro, you literally have 3 matches in this Collision that are anything goes lazy booking matches. Saraya's match, FTW rules match, lumberjack strap match. Like, they are, it's like booking on WWE Universe in the 2K game. Every match, Hell in a Cell, main event of Raw. You know, like anyhow, just, this is how they're booking. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Jeff Jarrett had, like, you know, he's had the whole thing with Hangman Page. I get it. There was a segment on Dynamite where Jeff Jarrett confronted Hangman. I know what you're going through. You're angry at your blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm sorry, but Hangman Page, his peak has passed. His peak was literally that time when he was feuding with Kenny Omega. And nothing he's done since then has made him more compelling.
Yeah, he was the top babyface in the company when that happened, right? So
and the booking, the company has no idea how to capitalize. They missed the opportunity, and now no matter what they try to do, he's just not compelling. He's not him.
Because Hangman Page, that whole 3-year storyline arc of him becoming the world champion, I think that was the only long-term storytelling that Tony Khan had when he started the company, bro.
We always joke that he only had 3 years worth of stories to tell, and after that, don't know how to tell anymore. So now everything is booking on the fly.
Yeah,
I think
like it.
Maybe he's just too he got too many things on his plate. He got no time to book and do Fulham and do Jaguars.
You know what? If he really wanted to be different from WWE, they should actually make AEW seasons.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a football guy, right? Let's do a season.
Didn't they try to do that last year? Sports-based presentation. Remember? Then every year their win-loss record would reset, and that went nowhere. They tried to do it, bro. I think it cannot work. It just doesn't work.
It could have worked if he actually stayed consistent. He didn't stay consistent at all. He gave up halfway. That's why. Sure.
But yeah, there's your Collision. I will not be watching Collision. Thank you very much. Let's get to Dynamite right now. And I don't even know which is supposed to be the main event. They are all... Okay, once again, this is so indie booking because they are all on paper matches that you would pay a ticket to go and watch, like an indie show at the rec center, right? At the community center or wherever. But as a television product, the lead up to these and knowing the talent that are involved, like it's so egregious that they've been horribly booked. Let's start with Jon Moxley, with Marina Shafir and Claudio and his group of whatevers versus Darby Allin. Winner faces Bryan Danielson for the at Wrestle Dream for the AEW World Championship. So Darby Allin has the contract because he won it at one of the Rampage Rumble nonsense things, right? And Jon Moxley essentially is like, I want your title shot.
Yeah. The thing is, right, if the one person loses, they're going to lose out a lot, right? If Darby Allin loses, he's an idiot because he gave away his title shot for free, right?
Yeah.
If Jon Moxley loses, the entire storyline that he's supposed to be building towards is just cut off right before it even begins.
Yeah. So there's no way Darby Allin wins. You can't have Darby Allin win. If Jon Moxley's new faction is supposed to be the next big storyline, right? It doesn't make sense for him not to win.
But then Darby Allin's an idiot, right?
Yeah, so Darby Allin's an idiot, but we all know that he's very happy to do whatever for the company. He's a company man. He would just skateboard off a cliff into the sunset for a while. And how much you want to bet Jon Moxley is going to do something dastardly again? Like
I don't know.
On TV too. So oh boy, here we go. There's your rights renewal. Honestly, I don't know how far they're going to push this whole Jon Moxley, John Gage Moxley thing. But I feel like the plastic bag over the head is just the beginning. I feel like there's more with this asshole, and he's just going to embarrass pro wrestling. That's all I can say.
If this whole thing is still a precursor to Shane McMahon, I still think that will still have been the best case scenario, bro. Because
I think that Shane watching this stuff, I don't think he would even want to be a part of it, honestly.
I don't know, because Shane's a bit out there as well. He's a bit out there, yeah.
He jumped off too many scaffoldings already, bro.
Yeah. I don't see it being anything compelling if there's not the payoff. This payoff, like he's talking about a war coming, this is not your company anymore. Like what is the, because he wins the world title and it becomes his company? No, I don't think anything that's worth telling if it's not that.
Also, if Jon Moxley won the world title, it would mean Bryan Danielson retires.
Yeah.
Do we really want Jon Moxley to be the one who retires Bryan Danielson? I think maybe Bryan Danielson might like it.
Maybe he's putting over his friend. And Bryan Danielson is wrestling in Wrestle Dream, which is in his hometown, Seattle. So if he's ever going to drop the title or retire, that would have been the perfect play. So
to Jon Moxley, who is his friend, so yeah, that could be the payoff. Or like, okay, when is Wrestle Dream?
October.
What's October? Oh, so it's quite soon lah.
Yeah, it's right after Grand Slam. I think probably in mid-October. Maybe.
Oh wow! So I don't foresee Bryan Danielson to drop the title so fast, like in his own hometown.
But again, it could be a transitional champion. So I don't know. I really don't know.
So what? So you're saying that Bryan Danielson drops the title to Jon Moxley, puts over Jon in a big way, having him lose in his hometown, right? Jon Moxley becomes a champion and he probably does another thing dastardly. I don't know. Maybe he hangs him from the cage, a la Boss Man. Rest in peace, Ray Taylor. But
yeah. Okay, if they're gonna go all out or all in with this whole Jon Moxley storyline angle, whatever it is, that's the only way it's gonna be, right? He has to be the world title. He's gonna hold the title as like the de facto heel.
And be what even is his gimmick? He puts plastic bags over people's heads. Like what?
Pias says the best thing, right? Look at Seth and Roman. Now look at Moxley. Nice. What a joke.
We've talked about this before, and it really puts it into perspective. Do you remember when Jon Moxley left WWE and the whole they didn't give me any creative freedom? Some people cannot be trusted with creative control. And now we see it, and we see the reason why he was told no so much in WWE. You want to do what? No, bro. It doesn't help that Vince McMahon asked him to put on a mask, go out there and be a germaphobe or whatever the hell that was.
He became Bane, bro.
Bane. But, I think that this is Jon Moxley at his most creatively free, and we're seeing why WWE was like, nope, we can't deal with that shit.
Poor WLN, but... it is a marquee AEW match. So I'll just leave it as that.
Yeah. So like I said, on paper, most of the matches are like quote unquote dream matches, but the lead up, the build, all make no sense, and that is AEW's giant problem. They are dream matches only to people who know. Once again, they are only targeting their programming for the converted, not the mainstream. If I showed my wife this list, she would know zero, absolutely zero. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would try my best to watch this, but clearly, and that's the hard part. I started off as an AEW fan. I was very excited for what AEW could be.
Yeah.
But what it has become, nah. But I'm still gonna watch the shows and previews because I really want to kind of keep track of what the hell is happening. Like you want to track the downfall of a company.
You know what
I mean? I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm wishing them ill, but like. I want to be there if it happens.
Sure,
but
sure.
if it succeeds, I also want to be there. So,
look,
curious bystander. That's what I'm saying.
I will watch it for the sake of the matches itself, as a wrestling fan. But at the same time, knowing I always temper my expectations at this point, like knowing that, I'm not going to expect any storyline development. It's like going to, once again, it's like going to an indie show. You just go fun a bit and then forget about it. As opposed to like, oh my God, I need to watch next week. Okay, let's move on. Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness. Okay, I saw the promo that Nigel McGuinness did on Dynamite. I'm like, this could have been their Drew McIntyre CM Punk. That guy can talk people into a building.
He's great. He's a great promo. Yeah.
So good, right?
Yeah.
If you gave me Nigel McGuinness promos for weeks and weeks and weeks leading up to this could be a pay-per-view headliner. But instead, we get some recap video, Nigel McGuinness talking shit about Bryan Danielson. Oh, they're going to have a match if Bryan Danielson is cleared. What the fuck?
How they got to this is very weird.
Once again, indie booking. This is absolute 100% indie booking.
Didn't make any sense. And it's a detriment to like Nigel. I mean, if you want to bring Nigel back for his first ever match, make it a big deal. Not make it like an afterthought or random,
This could have been them interacting with each other for weeks on end before Wrestle Dream. I would rather see this at Wrestle Dream than Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, if that were to be the match. You know what I mean? And just watching one promo from Nigel, instantly I was interested, but also at the same time, profoundly disappointed in the fact that this wasn't a full-on program. They could have made cinema. But nope, we're just gonna rush this, throw it together. Talking about Rush, by the way, I'm not gonna talk about Rush, but I know I'm jumping ahead, but Dynamite's 5th anniversary, talking about Rush, bro. Will Ospreay Ricochet is happening already.
I know.
What the fuck? What the?
I know.
And also, here's another thing. Oh my God, I'm going off. Let me cook, bro. Let me cook. Ricochet should not touch a microphone. I am sorry. Dude is fucking talented in the ring. But every time he goes on the mic, he minus aura, bro. Cannot, bro.
I saw his backstage interactions. He was tough to watch.
I feel bad. He's like that guy who's like eager. He's trying, but I'm sure you've seen that clip where he's promoting against Drew McIntyre and he's all like, I didn't come here to talk. Then Drew's like, then shut the hell up. And that is Ricochet in a nutshell. Like, he can say everything, but people can put him down in 1 second. He doesn't have the aura.
Yeah, he doesn't. I love Toverkin's suggestion. Imagine Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson, live via satellite, Triple H or Michael style, SummerSlam 2002.
Bro, they could, like I said, they could have done all that, but they didn't plan this. They didn't have a 1 month plan, 2 week plan even. They just rushing it out now. Oh, we got to get out now. Let's do it at Grand Slam because we need to bump these ratings, right?
Yeah.
It's so obvious what it is. What were we talking about? Oh, sorry. We jumped to Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet. Nothing much to say about Ricochet. I'm going to reserve my judgment on watching the match. But bro, talk about the curse of AEW. How many weeks has it been since he debuted?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about him anymore.
No, he had a match with the Beast Mortos, and I was watching that match going, this feels like a Sunday Night Heat match already. I was like, oh, okay, he's fighting some random dinosaur guy. Okay.
And he fought against Sammy Guevara. This could have been a dream match. When Sammy Guevara was like huge in AEW.
Yeah.
And Ricochet was like a WWE guy. This could have been like, ooh, wow, fantasy match between the two high flyers.
Bro, in a company where everybody can do fancy ass shit, all of a sudden he becomes very plain. So he's going to have their acrobatic match with Will Ospreay. It's going to be very athletic. It's going to look very cooperative and people will forget about it in about a week. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the case. So it's a real shame. Yeah, everything about AEW is lost potential. That is the biggest. Maybe the way to watch it is don't care about potential. Just watch it and then it's like brain rot. You know what I mean? The kids call it brain rot these days. The shit that happens, you consume it and then you move on.
Basically, F10 and F11 that's happening soon. Fast and Furious.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club Huh? Versus TBA? How is
So,
that?
so basically, you're saying Claudio,
Oh.
him, and
Wheeler. Okay, so they did. I did see the promo. So Wheeler Yuta was betrayed, right? Because they beat up Brian Danielson, and then Wheeler Yuta was like, "Yo, what y'all did was not cool." I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but you know, I'm still a fighting champion, so I'll team with you guys to. Even though they literally killed his mentor, and he cried. Do you remember he cried?
quite poor thing, lah. Quite poor
He
thing.
cried quite a thing, but he still can't. He's another fellow who should not be on the mic, huh?
So they are still the trios champion, and they're still gonna agree to defend the title.
Yeah, so Wheeler in his promo did say that he will still defend if he wants, but I don't know. So maybe the whole intrigue, if you could even call it that, is will he work well with Pac and Claudio, or most likely Claudio and Pac will beat the shit out of him and get a new member lah. Basically, they are facing the highly touted trios team of TBA.
Can they even find a trio that is worthwhile to even challenge? That's my question.
The House of Black?
Okay, if it's House of Black, and god damn it, let House of Black win the title, because
bro, what has Malachi Black, Aleister Black, Malachi. What has Malachi done since that high profile match against Edge? Tell me.
Probably a summer holiday somewhere.
Fuck, bro. Like, what the hell? Okay, speaking of which, anything else you want to talk about the open challenge for the trios match?
No,
okay,
I don't
more,
know.
Okay, more than likely, nobody challenges them. Pac and Claudio just beat the shit out of Wheeler, and they find a new member. Maybe Marina Shafir is the new member.
Bro, honestly, I don't mind that being an angle, because fuck, no need so many matches, bro.
Yeah, exactly, right? The next match, talking about someone coming off a high-profile match, we talked about in London, Tony Storm fucking did an amazing job putting over Mariah May. I am Mariah May Sim, right?
Yep.
What the fuck has she done since then, other than looking hot as hell?
Hey, that takes a lot of work, bro. I'm just saying, man.
Sure,
respect.
She has an AEW Women's Championship match against Yuka Sakazaki.
Okay, first of all, she went through Hikaru Shida, right? All out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't worth much. And then
No. Hikaru Shida was Monet, no?
Monet, yeah. So wait, Mariah May didn't have a match.
No.
All out.
She has another case of you just had a career-making match, you just got elevated, and then you fucking disappear. Like,
and then you're fighting Yuka Sakazaki as your first defense.
Really? I know they had some interaction in between, but who cares? You know? Like, you come off a career-defining victory with more like wins and highlights. Once again, this is AEW booking.
They have Thunder Rosa, bro. I mean, I'm not saying Thunder Rosa is great, but like, why not freaking, somebody who actually won their match, Chris Statlander, or like Willow Nightingale, people who are actually got legitimate crowd support,
Yeah.
Yuka Sakazaki, nothing against her, but what has she done in AEW to warrant that?
Exactly. So, once again, the problem is emblematic of AEW. They are just lack of follow-up. After you give somebody high-profile win, they just disappear off into the wind. Last one, tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I wonder if this will be the main event.
God damn it, no. Please
Well, we don't know what the card will shape up like, but the Young Bucks versus Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. Okay. Young Bucks are cold, right? We've said it. Even when they show up, the crowd who are there to see AEW, they don't even cheer for them anymore or boo them. They're just dead. They're just silent, sitting on their hands, right? Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay. Look, I even like Kyle Fletcher.
Okay.
Is this where we finally get a break, though, in the Don Callis family? Because the Don Callis family is not working for them. You have a bunch of heel, maybe faces. Now you have Takeshita teasing that he's not happy because he wasn't included in this tag team match, right? So is that the story? Will Takeshita turn on them? Will Kyle and Takeshita turn on Will? Will Will break away? Will Don Callis break? I guess there's an intrigue there.
Yeah, I mean they gotta end this Don Callis whole nonsense with him with Will Ospreay as clearly the babyface in the company,
Yeah.
being tight with Don Callis, doesn't make
And
sense.
it's incredibly confusing because Don Callis sometimes comes across as a face, sometimes comes across as a heel. It's their whole style of it. We don't believe in heels and faces, right?
Yeah.
Which hurts them so much because you can't follow any of them and make sense of it. Takeshita is obviously a heel, even though he's getting cheered now. Kyle Fletcher, nobody gives a crap about, unfortunately, even though he is talented, right?
Yeah. Wait, let's clarify something to Fias. No, Don Callis is not a babyface. He's still a heel,
Yeah.
and they are a heel faction. But Will Ospreay is part of the faction, and he's a babyface.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Takeshita is a heel, but he's getting cheered by people because people want to see him, level up, as it were, right?
Yeah, and
So-
Carl Fletcher was originally a heel part of the group, but when
Yep.
Will Ospreay came in, because they are best friends, they got history.
Yeah.
Carl is the friend, but yeah.
So he kind of becomes default babyface, and they are going up against a heel tag team with zero heat.
Bro, this is more complicated than my love life, bro. I mean,
Oh wow!
this is
Bro,
no.
This is neat. Here's the thing: this is needlessly complicated. It
Yeah,
is very simple to remedy. Have somebody, and maybe they will remedy this on Dynamite, right?
You know what AEW needs, bro?
What?
They need a Mortal Kombat style Armageddon,
Reset.
company reset. You know what I mean? Like just destroy, start back to Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
Once the 5 seasons of AEW Dynamite happen, right, then they just start back the timeline. I
Yeah.
think they need that, bro.
So, look, some people need clear-cut alignment checks. You're heel, you're babyface. Only those that are a little bit more seasoned, who can handle the nuance of character development, those can be towing the line, right?
To me, the only bad guys that can become a good guys are like the Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, they're the bad guys, but like there's worse bad guys out there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work in this context. In wrestling, wrestling is they're very clear. Like even if you have shades of grey, for example, right?
Yeah.
A Drew McIntyre who thinks he's a good guy in his story, but clearly he's the bad guy.
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Yeah.
But don't confuse the audience, bro. Don't
Yeah.
confuse the audience.
They need Thanos to snap. Oh, that too. They need to trim their roster, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Grand Slam. Is it going to be a Grand Slam or is it going to be a wet fart?
A bus, right? Okay. For those who are still on the chat, as we end the podcast, let us know. Are you excited or are you curious to check out Grand Slam? I want to know, sense check. Sense check.
Yeah.
What's your excitement level?
Personally, I am curious. I want to see Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness just for the sake of history as a wrestling fan. Yeah, I want to see that. I honestly don't give a flying F about Moxley and Darby Allin because I think it's... I'm morbidly curious as to how John Moxley will cripple Darby Allin because I feel like that is going to happen. On live TV, John Moxley is going to do something. It's his thing now that he does something drastic.
Yeah, I am curious about that match only because I want to see what happens in a post-match angle. Whether it's like a murder, whether it's a Shane McMahon appearance, or something that shows some sort of development in the story. Because all this while he's been saying, I don't have enough time to tell you what's happening. So I hope some time is being taught.
Yeah. I want to watch Mariah May's match because I want to watch Mariah May.
No, of course, for sure.
The match itself, don't care. She's like Julia. And honestly, what could be the main event, I have zero hype for. I don't care about Young Bucks versus Kyle Fletcher or Will Ospreay. And even if they break up finally,
they shouldn't be the main event. I hope, for God's sake, I would put John Moxley and Darby over there as the main event.
Yeah. I would put Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness, but then again, that's the wrestling fan in me. But okay, one last thing, Riz Zach, how you doing, buddy?
Yo.
Riz Zach asked thoughts on Miro supposedly handed in. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Dude is finally got tired of sitting home, getting paid millions, and having wrestled how many matches in 3 years? Look,
bro. As somebody who's trying to improve his career and earn more money in my career, I aspire to be like Miro.
I think, okay, look, it's all fun and games. We can joke about that. But at some points, right? Yeah, the professional in you is going to look at the shit that you've been given. And apparently he's just turned down a lot of creative. And wow, apparently he can turn down creative. Does he have creative control? I don't think so. I think Tony just doesn't know how to handle rejection. We've said this a million times. He's a nice guy, but he's a terrible boss, right? I don't know how you can have an employee that goes, nah, that doesn't work for me, brother, and just not show up and stay in Bulgaria while you pay him over $1 million every year. That is ridiculous to me.
Why not you just cut the contract? He never hold up his end of the deal or something like that, you know?
Yeah. But apparently, so finally Miro says, release me, let me go. And it's...
Bro, can you imagine you Singaporean, right? Suddenly you're like, I don't want to work here anymore. I don't want to put up all this nonsense. Okay lah, I'm just gonna move to freaking Indonesia and just disappear there for 8 months and still get my salary credited to my bank.
Why not? It sounds like a great freaking idea, man.
I love it. That's why I said I aspire to be like Miro.
Yeah. Miro freaking got the work from home package. As a wrestler, he got the work from home package.
Bro, and every time work from home.
Yeah, bro, they're like, okay, we want you to show up at the. Apparently, they pitched him to be at the Casino Battle Royale deal, and he was like, nope. Probably a good idea because that would have made him look like a jackass.
Yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, Ricochet is like, yeah, sure, boss, I'll do it. And then like...
terrible. But yeah, Miro should come back. Miro, WWE. Can you imagine Rusev and Gunther?
But, okay, you think about it, right? Like WWE is going to look at what Miro has done in the last, 5 years? He's literally done nothing. His stock, his value has diminished. It's not like Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has increased his value through his own hard work. Miro's stock has completely plummeted through bad booking and just disappearing, hiding in Bulgaria. They're going to look at him, go, are you a bad employee? If you're going to be like that, then why would we even bring you back? WWE is in a position right now where they do not need. They have a Bronson Reed, they have a Braun Breaker, they have so many people that can fill that spot. Rusev is old news, unfortunately. As much as we want to see Rusev Day, you know.
I think that if he does a CM Punk and suddenly says, you know what, I was shitty in this AEW because of the terrible environment, but I'm going to be the model employee in WWE.
Yeah.
Maybe he got a chance back, but I don't think he will get like that superstar treatment.
He's made zero buzz. That's the problem. The only thing he could do that makes sense is maybe go to TNA and make some waves there. I think that would make sense, right? And he just went through a divorce as well. CJ Perry is another issue. Like, wasn't she in AEW for a while, a hot minute, and then just disappeared?
She's very problematic from her social media stuff as well.
Oh, is it? You follow her?
No, I just see, you
see, but you don't follow. How do you see, but you don't follow, bro? Explain that to me.
Mr. Young, I manage the Kick to the Gut account, as you know.
Excuse me.
Because of professional reasons, I have to follow all these wrestlers, right?
Right. Yes. To that, I say, yeah.
I think that's time for us to end the podcast on this note.
Bro, we need to make a yeah with the chops t-shirt, bro. I am a full-fledged Tongan, right? Tonga Mania is running wild. Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga.
Kick to the Gut logo, and then we have like hand shadows.
Chops. And then at the back is yeah.
Let's do it, bro.
I acknowledge that. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, what's up, my Uso Samoan Watchman, bro? You join us as we are ending the stream, bro. So
you can watch. You can watch the whole podcast obviously on YouTube here, video on demand. Once we wrap up the podcast, you can listen to it on Spotify if you want to be doing something and not see our faces. You know, while you're at the gym, whatever the case may be. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Those of you who are still here, by the way, we really, really appreciate y'all. And next week we'll come back. We'll reconvene. We'll talk about that Netflix documentary, that Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there's going to be... bro, you know what? I'm going to watch the show with my phone and I'm going to take notes, bro. So I can remember all the juicy shit that comes out. See what I did? Juicy shit, bro.
Bro, don't start. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you are a fan, you enjoyed listening to the podcast, please consider becoming a Patreon member. Please follow us on our Discords, follow us on our socials. The wrestling news continues, bro, all the way. So please check us out over there.
In the meantime, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Mr. Young.
And it's foreign in the building.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, stop it, bro.